Okay, hi everyone. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. Good evening from where I am tonight. I'm seeing someone saying good morning from where they are tonight and or tomorrow, or good morning for there. But how is everybody doing? I'm really excited to craft along with everybody tonight. I'm going to be checking over here because that's where all of you are commenting. So let me know if you can hear and see everything okay. That way I can get going and make sure everything is working. It says everything is healthy and excellent, so I'm hoping that's the case. But anyway, I am Bethany. If you have never been on my channel before, I know a lot of you joining tonight have been with me for quite a while, and we have reached 75,000 subscribers, and I just got goosebumps even saying that because I remember when I had 75, period, 75, or I think even when I started my channel, I had like 46. So it's so exciting to be here. I can't believe it grew that fast. And I can't believe there are so many people who really care about what's happening on my craft table. So that's so humbling. It looks like everybody can see and hear it. Everything looks good. Okay, so for tonight, I am working on, I have a list. I think I have 11 things that I'm going to be doing. So I was 2 minutes late because I was turning my heat press on, and okay, good. Everything looks great. Thank you for the congrats, and I'm going to try to catch up on the chat as I go, but sometimes that gets a little quick and I want to make sure that I'm focused also on what we're doing. So I'm going to be doing 11 things. I got the heat press on. We're going to be doing some heat press things. We're going to be doing some vinyl things and lots of fun things that actually have been on my to-do list. So I was trying to think of what I wanted to do for the live tonight. It's been a very, very busy week for my family, so I have been trying to prep here and there all week, and it's been getting me excited. And at the same time, I thought this would be a really good opportunity for me to really get into my list of nagging crafts that, not that they're nagging as in I don't want to do them, but they have been on my to-do list for so long, and I've had the blanks sitting and waiting, and the vinyl sitting and waiting and ready to go. So it's finally time just to get them all done. So, okay, let's see what everybody is saying. Thank you so much, Samantha. It's so nice to hear that you're someone's favorite crafter. That's so humbling because, well, because it just is. It's just so sweet. Let's see. Hi, Sarah and Beth. And is it Alexis? Thank you so much, Phil and Crystal's Creations. Okay, so I'm gonna go down to the tabletop camera and let me know throughout if you guys can hear and see me okay, but it looks like it's going great. So what we're gonna do is start off with, of course, we have to start off with monogramming something because why would we not? So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that. Now tonight, I have a lot of things prepped already because it's just easier to have everything ready to go. That way I can just focus on having fun and crafting. So I'm going to be trying my best to keep up with the chat. So if you have questions or if you want to know anything about what's in my craft room or just anything in general, then let me know. I'm going to try to keep an eye on it as I am crafting tonight. And let's go ahead and just get started and do our first craft. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see if this works. Okay, we're good to go. So I've had this tumbler forever. Now, this is a good time to remind you that I spent a lot of time last evening in the description box of this video getting everything linked. So I went through and just like normal, just like in all my videos, I have the little caption of the craft that I'm doing. And then under that, I have all of the materials that I'm using. And then you'll also see sections on what machines are in my craft room and common materials that I use, so things like that. But if you have a certain question about either a font that I'm using or a type of vinyl I'm using, be sure to check down in that description box or even the blanks that I'm using. I did my best to go through and try to find all of the things I'm using tonight. So just check that out and you should be good to go if you want to recreate any of these looks yourself. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Again, I'm gonna be doing a little monogramming to get started because that's just classic Bethadilly, right? We just have to do that. So I am going to grab, and I did link this because it's one of my favorite new things that I have. I got this cup cradle. In fact, I got it the exact same time that I got the little pen caddy and then the little tool caddy. And don't mind this, this is just my iPad behind here. Usually you don't see that, but I'm trying to keep up with the chat. So I have this little cradle and it's amazing, and it really does more than just tumblers. In fact, during the winter time you saw me use it for ornaments and any type of kind of circular thing or something that kind of rolls around. You can kind of just cradle it in. It has these really nice cushy little feet on either side. I'm not sure that feet is the right word, but it has these little cushy material on the back, or on the back as well as right here. So anyway, it just kind of cradles your little cup or whatever you need right there, and it just holds it really nicely. So I am going to do a little scalloped monogram because I just have to. We are getting ready to spend an entire summer at the pool, and I thought I cannot do pool time without having my mug all monogrammed and ready to go. So I'm gonna grab some of my transfer tape, cut just the amount that I need. Let me know what you are doing tonight. Let me see what everybody's saying. Thank you so much for the congrats. It's so humbling. I can't believe I'm here already. It's just really fun. I like catching up with the little milestones as we go. I think it's just kind of motivating and encouraging. And I feel like 75K really snuck up on me. So this has been super fun. So I started this channel actually, I started this channel about 2 months-ish before shutdown, or before we were all kind of, quarantined at home, and safe at home is what I like to say. And it was actually, I feel like it was such a blessing in disguise for me. And I don't know, I just feel like God had his hand in me starting this channel when I did, because I feel like during that time of being, quarantined at home and what everybody was, having to do all together, I feel like this was just a really nice way for me to spend my time, and it was just a blessing in disguise. Little did I know when I was starting this channel that this would be a big part of, what I do, and a part of all the fun that I would be having. So I'm just really grateful for that. It's not lost on me that the timing for that was just impeccable. So okay, let me know what you are up to today, because when I watch other lives, sometimes I'm crafting, kind of depends on what I'm doing, and sometimes I just honestly sit there in peace and quiet and watch. So, okay, real quick, I did link this down below. I'm going to be using my rubbing alcohol. I linked the spray bottle down below. I did this in one of my videos where I added a little text to this. So I am going to just spray the surface. Now, the only thing about twist caps that's going to drive me a little bit bonkers is that I like my monogram to line up where I sip, and I'm not sure if it's going to line up each and every time. I'm just going to have to see. So I'm going to put that on here, and where is this? I'm going to put this little mouthpiece up, and hopefully that's the case. I know it's not going to line up here, so I'm just going to have to ignore this and kind of keep the little spout as my kind of direction for this. Okay, so I'm going to just spray a little rubbing alcohol, and that is just to remove oil, remove dust. This has been, well, it's not been sitting in my craft room, but it's been sitting in my kitchen, obviously being used for quite some time. I think I even had it on a live one time, and one of you even said, I cannot believe you haven't vinyled it. And I thought, it's so true, because not a lot of things even are in my house that aren't either monogrammed or labeled in some way. My kids always say, will you vinyl this for me? Saying vinyl with a B sound. Will you vinyl this? And they just know that I love to put little things on there, and they equally love it. Okay, so I got this font. It's called Monogrammos, and again, that description box is going to be super helpful for you tonight, as I have just tried to do my best to list everything that I'm doing tonight. So the little Monogrammos font, I feel like it's from dafont.com. Is it Dafont? I can't remember. If you just Google Monogrammos, it should pop up. I believe it was a free download. I'm just making this for personal use. So I also went to Cricut Design Space, and I did a scalloped circle search, and then I found one that was hollow on the inside just so I could have a little border around. And I actually have a tutorial on my channel on how to make this from start to finish. I think it may be the very first tutorial I ever did. I believe it was. And it might not have the scallop circle, but it is a monogrammed thing because monograms are just where my heart is the happiest. You know this about me. So I think that looks good. And let's see, do I want it? I don't think I want to center it. I think I want it, well, what do I do? I guess I have you to help me tonight. Do I want to center this? Actually, that looks pretty good. Or do I want to off-center it? Let me know in the chat. I'll wait for you because usually I'm down here crafting by myself and I have to make these overthinking decisions myself, but now I have you to help me. So I'm going to catch up on the chat for just a second. Sheila is rearranging her craft room. That is my love language. I love that. Rearranging anything is my love language. Although it keeps my husband on his toes. He doesn't like it when I rearrange the kitchen. But to be fair, he is the one who's in the kitchen. I don't cook. Well, I mean, I can cook, but he loves to cook. So, yeah, he doesn't really like it when I rearrange the kitchen. It keeps him on his toes, right? Okay. What do we think? Center? I think center too. Oh, is it Joanna Lee? I'm sorry, Joanna Lee. I think I'm saying that right. Let me know if I am. Center, center. I know high looks great too. Oh goodness. See, I'm an overthinker professionally. Okay, I think I'm getting more center, slightly higher than the middle. Oh, so maybe not like, oh, I kind of do like, oh goodness. Okay, we have 11 crafts to do. So you know what? I think I like that. I think not completely center, but not like high. I think I like that direction. Okay, I'm going to do this. Now, with your little water bottle in front of you, go ahead and do whatever fits your eye best. But I do like that. I think that looks good. Okay, so when I do this, now it is completely flat this way, if that makes sense. So it's going to be pretty easy to do. Let's see. And then, oh, Kathy, good point. I want to have it viewed by me. That's a good point. So you could cut this out twice and you could have it on both sides, or you could put this on the other side. So let me get this on and then I can demonstrate that. That is a very good point. And I also make sure that when you're doing coffee mugs that you're also kind of being mindful with where your handle is placed, either for yourself or who you're giving it to. Okay, so there we go. Laura says you can always change it. You know, that is the thing. And, you know, that's really not lost on me. I always think that too. I'm an overthinker, and sometimes I feel like my husband's even said it too. Like, if you don't like it, you have a beautiful craft room to just go redo it eventually. You don't have to be stuck forever with it, right? I feel like you said that before. Okay. So I'm going to peel that transfer tape away. Okay, I tried my best to find this vinyl. I'm going to lift it up so you can really see, and I'm going to show it on the front camera as well. And it's like a shimmery white. It's really pretty. I'm going to keep this because I'm going to do some other monogramming things later. Can you see the shimmer? Hopefully you can. Maybe I'll do the, let me do this camera. Hopefully you can see. It might not show it very well. It's got just a very slight glitter to it. Well, oh, kind of. Well, it's there, I promise. You can see it in person. So, okay, so the point being earlier was when you are looking at your little spout, are you the one who wants to enjoy the monogram, or do you want other people to enjoy it? My first instinct is always that I want to see it, but you could cut this twice and you could put this on the exact opposite side as well. You could either have it only on the back side, only on the front, or double it up and then have it for others to see and then for you to see as well. So you can do any of the three scenarios. It's your cup. So I really like it. I tried to link this. I tried to go through some of my orders last night and try to find which one this is. So I'm hoping the one I linked is the one I used, but I really like that. I think I'm using it one more time in the video today. So super, super cute. I really like that. And it's finally done. I think I've had this since September. So the fact that this has made it an entire school year without being monogrammed is kind of a victory for me. That's a long time for me. You know, I like to monogram the things. It is like a pearl. Yes. It has more of a, pearly look to it. And I've done tutorials on this. I did a wine glass tutorial on my channel with this as well. It makes for a beautiful, beautiful wine glass. It's super, super fun. Okay, so let me grab the next thing. Let me see my heat press and double check. It is almost there. So in the meantime, I am going to grab my next little craft. Okay, the next thing I want to do is, I have to grab it. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side. In fact, I should have that filled up. I brought myself a Diet Coke tonight. It's my guilty pleasure. I love a Diet Coke on ice. It's so good. So good. Okay, I'm going to do this next because I need to get this done. So, you know, I've been working on my Kimberbell quilt. I'm working on this right now. I'm loving it. I'm on row 4 and I'm trying to finish that up. And I actually the other day started my little corners. And I have to make 4 of these. I have 3 of the 4 done, but they turned out really pretty. It's called the orange peel block. And I love the background quilting. It's, what is this called? Well, they call it geometric, but it reminds me of like chicken wire. Is that correct? I think that's correct. But anyway, I have to make the 4th one, but I have them tucked in here. So anyway, this bin is what I've been using to keep both my Kimberbell instructions, as well as when you start a project, they always recommend that you cut all of your fabric and place them in individual bags with the quilt block name on them. That way, when you have a second and you're ready to go, everything's prepped for you. And let me tell you, that was the best hands down advice ever. Now, in the beginning, it's a lot of work. So you want to binge your favorite TV show, your favorite YouTuber, anything like that, and get cozy and comfy, and then just get your little rotary cutter and just cut away. Because it takes a while, but you will be so grateful that you did it. So look at, it's empty. I have done all my blocks. In fact, actually, my embroidery machine is loaded for my next block right now. So all the material is not completely done, but it's empty because I am just about done with that. So what I want to do though, let me go back to tabletop here. So I got this at the Target dollar stop. In fact, I got it for my little boy's room and I thought it'd be cute to put board books in, but I'll just be honest, we have a lot of board books and I thought this just would not fit at all. So what I did instead was stole it from my craft room, of course. So I decided, of course, we have to vinyl it because there cannot be a blank space without vinyl. And you will be so proud of me. You know that I am shopping my craft space this year. I'm trying not to buy too much. Well, I'm trying to do this. Shop my craft space first to make sure I don't purchase anything twice, or to see if I can use anything instead of purchasing something. So what I did was I intentionally, because I've been doing a good job at it, have used all of my white adhesive vinyl. And so I was trying to figure out where I was going to get all this material to prep this week because I had 0 time to run to the store. So I had a little bit of Cricut Joy Smart Vinyl. So I'm going to be using the Cricut Joy Smart Vinyl. I did cut this on my Explorer 3. So you can cut that Joy vinyl on the bigger machines, and I have an entire video on that because that was kind of one of the things I was thinking about when I got that machine, and that's been 2 years since I got that. That was one of the first videos I did as well. And you can, so sometimes their little vinyl rolls can be pretty affordable. So if you wanted to get a certain color, or if you just need a little of something, you can grab one of those. Or if sometimes they just have them on major sale. So anyway, wanted to clarify that because sometimes people are wondering if they can buy those little mini rolls. So anyway, wanted to mention it. You can cut that on the bigger machines, but one thing about that vinyl is that, in my opinion, you do need the Joy transfer tape to accompany it. For some, I don't think it works great with regular transfer tape. I feel like the Joy vinyl is meant to work with the Joy transfer tape. So in my experience with it, I think that's gonna be too short. That has been kind of the takeaway for me. Okay, so I have all my Joy transfer tape in this little roll here. I didn't pre-do this, and I have lots of little scraps. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna have to cut a new one. So I use one of my favorite fonts to, oh, this is a hot mess, to spell out the word create. And I thought that was just really fitting for the front of this bin because it's just full of things that are going to help me create, right? Okay, got that all done. I'm just gonna toss these on the floor. Okay, trying to peek up at the chat for a second. How's everybody else doing with shopping their craft space? I know that, yes, Lynn, this is the Smart Vinyl. I know that the comment section has been full of others commenting that they're, you know, doing their best to shop their craft space and buy less this year, which is, it's just been really refreshing to see some drawers empty out, or to also see things that I've really wanted to do for a while finally take shape, right? Because I feel like sometimes we buy and think, oh, I'll craft with that later, or I really need to get this before I forget and put it on my to-do list, but then that to-do list is just so long. Let me move this for just a second. Okay. Yes, you can definitely do it with the bigger machines. So sometimes for me, that's helpful just because I have my bigger machine out all the time. So if I have, you know, the Joy material in the color I need, it's nice to know that I can use that real quick. So, okay. I am going to, so when I am doing this, I like to expose just a little bit of that transfer tape. And then instead of, you know, pulling off that entire backer, I think it can be just a tad overwhelming to do it that way. But then I just lay down a little at a time, and then I use this little pull tab on the back. You kind of create that tab yourself when doing this method, and then pull that, and then have the rest lay down. Now, Cricut has made this white on white, so unfortunately you can't see much of what I'm doing right now, but that's out of my control, sadly. But I promise it says create in one of the most beautiful fonts ever. And the thing about this font that I tell you all the time is you can pretty much write just about anything that you want in this font and it looks great, which is kind of hard to say about a lot of fonts, right? I feel like sometimes you write something in a font and you're like, that, you know, some of the letters just don't look right, or I don't know. What was I trying to spell the other day? I was trying to spell something. Oh, I was trying to spell sweet, S-W-E-E-T. But have you ever spelled something and then looked at it so long that you think that it can't be spelled right, or it doesn't look right anymore? Have you ever just stared at a word and you're like, then you start second guessing yourself, which obviously is like the easiest word to spell ever, but hopefully I'm not alone in that. But I kept staring at the screen thinking, is that even right anymore? And then I had to change the font because I feel like the font was just playing with my eye. I can't remember what I was making. I think I was making a, I don't think it was for this live. I don't think it's going to be coming up tonight, but okay. So it is a crafty to-do list night. And again, a lot of this stuff has been on my list for so long, but I've been trying to either craft seasonally sometimes, or, you know, things pop up like end of the year for teachers and other things that just take priority. I'm currently, I actually recorded it, so it's coming out soon. I recorded making the party stuff for our little one's first birthday that's coming up. And that has been super fun. So that will be coming up. That's going to be, I'll warn you, that's going to be a very long video. So I know a lot of you really like that. So you will really enjoy that one. Okay, so what do you think? The font though, huh? Isn't it just so pretty? This just gives me all the heart eyes. I really like it. Okay, I am going to center that the best I can visually. And I think to me that looks really nice. I'm trying to give equal space between the bottom of that the letters on the bottom, and then the top of that T. And I think, to me, that looks great. Okay. There we go. So I'm just going to go with my fingers first. And then I'll go through with my scraper again. Okay, there we go. And but placing the smart vinyl on the smart transfer tape, it's pretty easy. You do want to keep your weeding tool handy in case you need to nudge it along a little bit, because it can be a little tricky. I find personally, this is just me speaking, I think that the Joy vinyl is a tad thicker than the regular vinyl, if regular would be the word to use, or just traditional adhesive vinyl. I feel like the Joy vinyl is just a tad thicker. So sometimes when you're getting it on the transfer tape, it can be a little tricky, but it is doable, and it does if you're in the right mindset, knowing that you need to give it a little bit of grace, then it does work. Okay, so let me see. There we go. I really like that. I think that's super, super cute. Again, that font, you really can write just about anything with it. And that's probably why you see it so much on my channels, because I always try to test other fonts, but then there's always the ones that I go back to time and time again. So then I have just my little pieces set in there, and I'm almost done. Well, I say almost done. I'm almost done with the rows, but then I find that the outer edge and the back are probably going to take me twice as long as it did to do the front. So wish me luck. Okay, I'm going to check up on the chat for a little bit because I want to make sure I'm not missing out on anything. And if you have questions, let me know. If I miss a question, I'm super sorry. Just ask again, because sometimes it flies by. Okay, let's see what Briar did. Place a 3-foot sign on a wall this week. It was tricky with transfer tape. Yeah, so the transfer tape can get tricky, but yeah, and then add on the fact she said people were watching as she did it. Yeah, I know. When I did the camper, what was it, the camper video, and I did the little word search on the bathroom door. It was so fun to do, but I had little eyes watching me as I did it, and it made me so nervous. Everybody was kind of like holding their breath because, spoiler alert, it wasn't working as well as I thought it was supposed to. It looks great. It's still on there, but it was a little tricky. And then, of course, having people watch you always just like makes you a little bit more nervous, which is probably why I'm a little fumbly tonight, because I know that people are watching me craft live. Even though people are watching me craft all the time, it makes me nervous. So, okay, Maggie loves the bin. Let's see. Yes, label all the things. So fun. So the font name, I think it's Witchy, and everything, again, is in the description box below. That way everything can be found quick and easy based on which craft I'm working on tonight. So I tried to do all that for you guys tonight. Okay, so I'm going to let's do some t-shirts with the heat press, because I have a really cute one that I need. Actually, I have a cute 2 that I'm going to do right now, and then later on I'm going to do another set. Okay, so look at this cute. Okay, part of the reason I'm doing this tonight is because I think these would be the cutest summer shirts ever. Doesn't this look like something you would get at Oshkosh? I think it's just so, I don't know, so cute. I love to do a tone on tone. I think it's just so subtle and so sweet. But also, I had to use these because my kids are growing quickly, and usually I stock up on t-shirts every time that there's like a t-shirt sale. Sometimes at Target especially, they'll be like $3, so I'll stock up on a couple. But then I was going through when I was getting ready to do my craft room tour and getting just some things all prepped and ready, and I realized I have a lot of shirts for the girls and they're quickly growing out of them. So I am on a mission to iron on all the shirts in the next couple months, because we got to use them up, or they're going to end up being baby gifts later on down the road. So, okay, let's see. Daniel asked, how's baby? Everybody's good. Thank you for asking. And let's see, wondering if I've tried the new monogram on Cricut Designs. I have not, but I know that I saw the button there the other day on that little left-hand side, the little monogram feature. So who else has tried it? Is it neat? Is it fun? You know what I do is I create our monograms. So like this, I'll create a monogram for me and the kids, and I save them in Cricut Design Space so that every time I need to do one, I just go in and resize it. So I've never really found a need to play around with that new feature yet, but I did see it there, and you know how I feel about monograms. They're just right up my alley for sure. Okay, so I am going to really quickly lint roll I'm gonna grab my little acrylic ruler too, just to help me out. I'm gonna lint roll these cute little shirts, and I'm gonna pre-press them really quickly just to see if we can get some of these wrinkles out, but also because it will just remove any moisture in the shirt. That just helps the iron on. Okay, so let me go back here. Okay. Here we go. And pre-press for just about 10 seconds. Okay, I think that was way longer. Okay, there we go. And whoop. Okay, so I have this. I did link this design. I got this from Design Bundles, and I just thought it would be so cute pink on pink. I couldn't help myself. Plus, I feel like the girls have been talking about the peace sign lately, which I think is so cute. Oh, so now that they're kind of aware of this little symbol, I thought this would be such a cute little floral shirt for them. Okay, so I'm just gonna, whoops, scoot over there. Got about, you know, I kind of feel like that looks really good, actually. Should I move it? I don't think so. I think I got it, guys. I think I'm good. I'm gonna just do that there. Okay, so I'm going, let's see, just in case you ask, it's roughly 1.5 inches from that top of that collar. I think that that looks really good for toddler size shirts. Let's see, this is a 4T. I'll do the same for the 5T. I believe that the design, I believe I cut it at 6.5 inches. Yes, I cut it at 6.5 inches wide, and it's probably roughly 6.5 inches tall, but I just focused on the width here. So let me go ahead, and I am going to go here and press that down. Okay. Get that all set. Okay, so Alexis says she has the heat press, and so far she doesn't understand the pressure knob. It's either a good press or it doesn't press at times. You just had, I mean, I feel like I kind of had to just get a feel for it. If you want to make sure that you're not pulling up way too hard on it, it should just kind of naturally come up and down. I'm going to let this cool for just a second, but I'll bring it over. Okay. But then also, respectfully, if it's going down and like way too easy, I feel like this is not really making a ton of sense, but you just kind of get a feel for it. You're supposed to get it just nice and stuck. Plus, some materials you want to have a tighter or a more firm press, and others they say to do less of a press. Usually it will tell you that on their directions. So let me see, I might need to let this cool for just a little bit longer. Oh no, that looks good. Oh, let me show you here. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just peeling this off. Ooh, that looks so cute. This really does look like something you would find at the department store or Oshkosh. That's so cute. Now, what I like to do is I like to personally, when I feel like, do you feel how, or see how I was really tugging at that for a little bit? Thank you, Denise. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. You probably just bought my husband's Father's Day coffee for tomorrow morning. So thank you. Okay. Do you see how when I was doing that, I was tugging pretty good at that? So when you are doing that initial pull, I feel like it can be a little bit harsh. So I like to replace the liner and just do an additional few seconds. That way, if you unintentionally disrupted any of the iron-on during that initial pull, then you remedy that with that additional heat. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that really quick. And it's just something I do in my workflow, but don't feel like you have to if you don't want to. It's just something that makes sense to me. Okay. That's about good. And then I can move on to the next one. Whoops. Ooh, and that liner completely fell off when I opened the press. So we know it is good to go. Okay, so same thing with the second shirt because they have to match, right? Actually, I started doing matchy-matchy when they were little, and now they kind of expect it. So if I were to make something for one of them and not the other one, I'll hear about it. So they'll always go, well, where's mine? So now I just make it. Make it twice. Okay, really quickly. Let me just pre-press. And I'm doing 315 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 seconds. Yeah, Alexis, just keep working with it. You'll get a feel for it. I promise. It's one of those things that after a while it just feels natural and you'll all of a sudden think, oh, I need to loosen, or oh, I need to tighten. So, okay. And then it also depends, you know, on what material you have down there, if it's thicker or thinner, so you'll just kind of get a feel for it. So I'm just going to do this over here because you know it's exactly the same as last time. Does anybody else stock up on their blanks and then kind of feel like they need a craft night just to get, ooh, perfect, just to get some of their stuff used? I have been enjoying that part of shopping my craft space. Okay, let's see. Okay, Denise is asking if the Sawgrass printer is hard to set up. It's not. Let me think. Okay, so that was, sorry, I have to think because it was over a year ago that I did that. It wasn't though. I feel like I did 98% of it, and then maybe I had my husband help me with the Wi-Fi part. Something to do with the connection. But they have on their YouTube like a step-by-step how to do it, and I literally put it on my screen and played and paused and replicated it on my Sawgrass when I was setting it up. And I was really, really excited that I remember being excited that I could do it by myself, because usually I just give all the techie stuff to my husband and have him just do it, because I always just get so intimidated by it, and I really need to, it's actually my own fault. I need to build my own confidence with that kind of stuff. But I remember specifically with the Sawgrass that I did just about 98% of the setup by myself until I was struggling with one part and finally asked him to just, please help me. But I feel like it was super easy. And then I was using it right away. Do you want to hear a funny story about my Sawgrass though? My kids call it my spooky printer because they came down to my craft room one time, and the Sawgrass, one of the best things about it is it auto cleans itself, which is great because the lines always stay clean. I'm just going to repress this a little bit. Everything was perfectly fine, but I just like to give it some additional heat after that initial peel, just like last time. But they came down one time and all of a sudden it kind of turned on and did its little cleaning cycle for a few seconds, and it caught them off guard. So now my Sawgrass is known as Mommy's Spooky Printer, which is hilarious. So I love it. Hi, Sally. You're a little late, but you know what? You're right on time, because I feel like we've done 3 crafts, and have we done 3? Remind me, I'm all jumbled again. We've done 3, and ooh, that liner came off again, and we're gonna be doing 11, so we have so much to do. Okay, Beth has a Sawgrass too, and it's still in the box. Okay, time to open the box. Everybody open your Sawgrass printers. It'll be so, that's your summer to-do list. Your summer with sawgrass, let's call it that. That would be fun. Sorry, I'm looking down. I'm just looking at the chat because it's hard to not keep up sometimes. Okay. All right, so here's the shirts. How cute do those turn out? I like the tone on tone. I think it's fun. Whoop. Sometimes the light kind of gets it, but I think that's sweet. And I think it's super like fun and summery too. So those are done. All right, so I gotta check my little to-do list. I think I'm gonna work on some little frames. We've done this craft before that I'm working on, but I wanted to do some for our camper for the summer. And I'm gonna hop off and grab them real quick. Okay, so we've done this together before. We have made, I linked these down below. These are from Michael's and they come in a pack of 4, I believe. They are little 2x3 frames. They are super cute and they are the perfect size for school photos and things like that. So I made some for our refrigerator upstairs because our new, long story, we had a refrigerator that pooped out during the pandemic and my goodness, I panicked because there had been stories about people trying to get appliances during the pandemic and it taking a while, but we were very, very blessed to be able to get ours quickly. But the best thing about our new fridge is it has a magnetic front and our old one did not. So I was super excited. It's the little things that thrill me, I know. I am really a boring person, but a little blessing in disguise, we have a little magnetic front and now we can like put magnets and hang little things on there. So I'm going to go and show you. We did that together last time, but this time I thought it would be fun because I was checking the one in our camper and our camper has little magnetic ones as well on the front, or a magnetic capability on the front too. So I'm going to make little ones for our camper because I thought it'd be fun to have a little place to put, you know, pictures maybe from our travels or fun things too. So I am going to reuse that transfer tape that I used earlier. This font is called, I believe, Country Market, I think it's Country. I have it linked down below, Country something. And it is a really cute one. It's simple. I thought this was kind of fun for a camper. I think it's called Country Market. But again, everything is down below. And then I also have some magnetic strips because obviously the back just has these little easel things. I'm not sure the name of these, but I just call them little easel. And we're going to put some magnets on the back. Thank you, Samin. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. You guys don't have to do that, but thank you so much. Okay, so let me just do the front and back. This is my kind of workflow for adhesive vinyl. I burnish the front, then I do the back. Now, I had another font picked out for this. Let me do just a little bit of rubbing alcohol. I don't know that it's completely necessary, but I'm just gonna do a light spritz here. I'm gonna do the ones I did before. I did portrait, is that correct? And then I think for the camper, I'm gonna do landscape. But okay, word of the wise on font. Obviously, we're working with a very small space here. So make sure that the font you choose is a little bit thicker, I guess. I chose a different font initially, and it was a mess to cut out. It did cut, but it did not weed. So I had to redo this little part and think of a different font. So you want something a little bit that's going to be forgiving at a smaller size, if that makes sense. So, okay. Belinda says she only has boys at her house. So she likes the girly crafts. Yeah. Well, now I have both. So I'm kind of getting a little, my feet wet in both areas. So that's been kind of fun, but okay. So this first one I thought would be fun to say travel. Again, I'm going to do these for our camper. So I thought it'd be fun to do just a little bit more travel-y themed things. Oh, and you know what? While I do this, I got to look at what my heat press needs to be for the next one. Let me bump up my heat press just a second, because one thing about this heat press is it does take a little longer to heat up, I have found. compared to the Cricut Easy Presses. The Cricut Easy Presses, I feel like they heat up so quick, and I find that this heat press, though I love it so, so much, I have to be intentional about giving it some time, if that makes sense, to be ready to go. So here we go. We got the little travel. I think that's gonna be cute. And then we'll put a little picture in there. And then I have family and explore. So, okay, let me try to catch up as I go. Amy says she wished she would had these things when her girls were little. There you go, Amy. Once the grandbabies come, then you'll be ready to go. You will be so inspired by then, right? Thank you, Tamara or Tamara. Hopefully I say your names correctly, and I'm so sorry if I don't. I'm so glad everyone has been enjoying the videos. Although I have to admit, everyone was so excited because quite a few videos went up this week. And that was by complete accident that happened. I meant to do the teacher ones because that was kind of time sensitive. I wanted to make sure you all were inspired with the little shaker cards. Did everybody see those? If not, I have my little, this is my little prototype I did. So these are this is different than the ones that I did in the video, because the one I did in the video ended up having stars in there, and they are so cute. But these are little shaker cards. They're functional, and then inside they have the little gift card pocket in there. So anyway, that was the video that was supposed to go up this week, and by accident another video went up, and all of a sudden I saw a bunch of comments coming through, and I thought, why are there so many comments tonight? And I realized a video went up without me. I must have hit the wrong button the day before or something and accidentally scheduled it. But oops, so everybody was like, I'm really excited about all these videos, and yeah, that was an accident. Hopefully you don't get used to that frequency, because oh my gosh, I can't work that fast these days. Okay, let's go here. Okay. There we go. This one is family. And really, I feel like just like a little finger press is plenty for little things like this, right? Completely fine. Okay, Shannon is currently watching the Father's Day. Yes, we have Father's Day tomorrow. Let me know what everybody's doing. No, okay, so I never did do a part 2. Becca, she's asking, and when I did that beginning video for the camper video, I said I had so many ideas for a second part, which I did, and I still do, but time. I just never got to it. So other things happen, so that's why I try to sneak things in here and there for the camper, because I haven't had time just to dedicate solely to additional decor for that. But I do have one coming up. I haven't filmed it yet, but I have this stuff ready for just kind of a entering summer craft list that I'm going to be doing. So yeah. Dana, did you hear my story about the videos this week? She said she was excited to see all the videos this week. That was a complete accident. But I am so excited that everybody was happy with it. It seemed like everybody loved those videos, so it was really worth it, but oh man, I was panicked for a second. The reason is because I try to work super hard to schedule some in the future so that I can build in some time to rest and do other things. Plus we have a busy month up ahead, so I was trying to pre-do stuff so that I could, be intentional about resting. But yeah. That's all right. It happens, right? Okay, so now we're going to do the magnetic backs, which I thought would be super fun. And I am just going to take these magnetic sheets. I've used these for a variety of projects. I really like them a lot. And I'm just going to trim them. Now, yes, you can send these through your Cricut machine to cut for you. However, I will be completely honest. My view is just because I have a Cricut does not mean I use it for everything. For me, grabbing a pair of scissors and cutting this is so much easier than going into Design Space, measuring my blank, creating the little template, then sending it to my Cricut, then getting this loaded on the mat, then taping it down to the mat so it doesn't shift, and then getting it cut out, and then making sure it cuts out, and then if it doesn't, resending it through. That's a lot. So I love my Cricut, but that does not mean I use it for everything day in and day out. Sometimes a pair of scissors is absolutely the best thing. So I wanted to mention that because I feel like so many people will say, well, why didn't you just put that through your Cricut? Well, yes, you certainly can, but oh man, I feel like the work doing that is just a lot. And you know, yes, the Cricut could probably cut straighter than but this is the back of a picture frame, so I'm kind of just picking my battles here, if that makes sense. So, okay. Denise says, more accidents, please. Did I just make an accident? I know. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, more accidental videos. I know. I really wish I could create, you know, more than one a week, but honestly, it's just not my season for that. I'm just in a season where I'm barely keeping up with that. I'm enjoying the one a week, but it definitely takes a lot of behind the scenes stuff for me to be able to get it done. Okay. Your videos are fantastic. They are so clear. Oh, cute. She said her 8-year-old daughter was able to follow the animal leather keychain all by herself. That is amazing. Oh, I love those. In fact, we just finished up school here, and I was sending, this is how gratifying this was for me. We finished up school and I cleaned out the girls' backpacks and then put a bunch of spray and wash on them and sent them through the laundry. So anyway, I say all this because I took off those little leather keychains because I made those last summer, about a year ago, for the kiddos. And it was just fun to see that they, you know, they'd made it all year and they enjoyed them. It was just really cute. Okay. You're welcome, Dana. She says, many of the items I have come from watching your videos. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm wondering if 2 might be okay. I know I did on the video, I did full wraps, but let me start with the 2. Okay, so I'm going to be working, kind of focusing right now. So if you have any questions right now, this would probably be the best time to answer because I can monitor chat super well right now. Is everybody ready for Father's Day though? Because that snuck up this year. I did my video very early in the season intentionally because, like I said, I feel like June is a very busy month for my family. So I wanted to make sure that I had everything ready to go, which I'm really grateful I did that early because, yeah, it's busy. It's busy, but I got everything somewhat done. So here we go. I love these little adhesive back magnets too. So what else have we done with these? We did the little magnetic bookmarks with these. Those are so fun. You can do those for book club. If you haven't seen that video, be sure to just search magnetic bookmarks on my channel and it'll come right up. It was a really, really fun one. We still use those. We used those a lot when we were doing homeschool, when the kids were still at home, and we put them in their little school books. It was super fun. So Rachel's working on a gift for her dad right now. That is really fun. Oops. Okay, sometimes that weeding tool is just the best to do. Okay. There we go. Oops, I haven't got that. Okay, so Lynn asked, how did you start with your camera equipment for your YouTubes? Well, okay, so funny enough, before I'll try to talk to you instead of having you, well, do you want to watch or have me chat? I'll just keep working on this, but before I started my YouTube channel, I actually was a professional photographer, and I did newborn photography primarily, and then family photography as well. I started off as a family photographer, and then ended up absolutely falling in love with lifestyle newborn photography, which is just organic moments with your baby. It was super, super fun, and I did it for, how many years did I have my business? I think 6 years. So anyway, that's kind of what I was talking to earlier when I said I really feel like me starting my channel when I did was a blessing in disguise, because I had just said cut back from my business because it was just way too much with little kids. When you're a photographer, you find that your clients always want you on the weekend, and that's wonderful. Luckily, you know, my husband works during the week and then could be home with the kiddos on the weekend, but after a while it was just not ideal. I didn't like that, you know, he worked all week and then was home on the weekends, and then I kind of switched off and had to work. I didn't like that. I like it when our family is on the same schedule, if that makes sense. It's just, it was just a lot with two little kids at the time. So I say all this to say, when I started my YouTube channel, I came to my channel with a lot of equipment because I had a photography business for 6 years prior to that. So I had all of the equipment, and I remember telling my husband, I'll go down so you can see what I'm working on. I'm just lining up the back parts. I decided to just go through. I was originally going to just say, oh, I'll take these to the camper and see if two sides will work. But you know how that story goes, right? Then you have, if it doesn't work, then you have them in a pile to fix later, and then later never comes. So I'm just going to do it right the first time and get it done. So, I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, I remember telling my husband, I think I can just film my YouTube with my iPhone. And I really wanted it to be easy. And so my husband said, why when you have all of this equipment, would you, because I had all the equipment, right? An iPhone is amazing, but because I had all the equipment, he thought, if you have it anyway, why not use it? Which it was a great point. So he then kind of took over, which you guys know from some of my stories on my channel. My husband is the absolute brains behind all of my lighting and filming, everything. I just told him how I want it to look. I was really particular about how I wanted everything lighting-wise to be. And he just made it happen. So, was that a super boring story? Okay. Oh, gosh. There we go. Let's see. There is the last one. Okay, I really wanted to just finish that. Again, it's just nagging craft night, so I gotta finish these things while I have the moment. Okay. And 1 and 2. Did anybody else make these little magnets? We are, you know what, in fact, I need to, funny enough, I'll bring it in because I need to fix one. Let me see. I have one from our fridge upstairs. Look, I had it in my little, I'll fix this in a minute when I bring my hot glue out. One fell off. Let's see, how did I do this? Oh, I did it just kind of like that last time. I did a little bit more thorough this time. One fell off the fridge the other day just on the right spot and completely broke. So I said, put that in my craft room. I will fix that later. Okay, I'm going to put all of these back. And we are done with this one. So we have our little, again, I thought it'd be fun to do landscape because I kind of feel like so for our fridge ones, I knew I wanted them to be portrait because I knew my goal was to have their school pictures in these, and which is the case. We put their school pictures in there this year. But I feel like with travel photos, usually you're doing landscape pictures. Usually we are because we're trying to fit all of us in the picture. So it's a big old selfie, but I feel like this is the better for us for orientation. So we have travel, explore, and family. What do you think? Can you even, there we go. Whoop, I can't with my little fingers. Yeah. Okay. So yes, for some reason she thought I was previously a teacher. Okay. So you're correct. I've done all the things. Yes, I have a story. So I went to school. Let me grab the next craft and then we will continue fireside chats with Bethadilly. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to monogram a couple other cups for summer. And then I think my heat press will be ready. Oh gosh, we have to do a spam. One sec. Okay, there we go. Done. Thank you. There we go. Oh, do I have to do all of them? Okay, let's see. I'll do that. How about that? Okay. All right, there we go. Done. Okay, it's always a fun time when you get the little spammers. Okay, so let's do, okay, I found these on, Target. But I didn't find them until I found them last year, and I made my husband run and get them because they were grabbing something at the store, and I said, find those striped cups. I have to make these for the girls. So I did that, and sorry, I gotta block people. Just a sec. Usually I don't have to do this, but sometimes it happens. I'll have to get my moderator to moderate a bunch. Yeah, I do have a moderator. Well, you know what? The best thing about comments, whether they are happy comments or cranky comments, we'll just say that, is it tells YouTube that your channel is exciting. So it helps your YouTube out. So I'll just say that. So I'm going to bring this down. Let's see. Whoops, I gotta do this. Boop. Okay, so we have these cute little things right here. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh, let's see. There we go. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do is, let's start over. Got these little cups. We're going to put monograms on them for this summer. And then I'm going to tell you my story about being a teacher. So I actually went to school to be, and yeah, if you guys want to just report spam for me, then it just goes away, which is awesome. Okay, that would be helpful. So I went to school to be a school teacher, and just, I love teaching, which essentially is what I'm doing now. So what I really want to do was just be an elementary teacher. So I went to school, graduated, got married, did my student teaching, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then life happens, right? We took a move, and I ended up during our move falling in love with photography. And that kind of was the story. I know that's kind of silly, right? But I loved my student teaching year, and I had the best time, best mentor. It was super fun. I got to do kindergarten. It was super, super sweet. But, okay, let me do that. Oh, there we go. But what, again, we just kind of moved, and that all, I started a blog during our move, and it was kind of the end of the story. When I was blogging, I found that, oops, sorry, I don't want you to see my head, but when I was blogging, I found that I absolutely loved doing photography, and I loved not only doing photography, but writing alongside it. It was super, super fun. So I wasn't working. I was blessed to be able to, not have to find a job when we did a move, so I could do and pursue like full-time photography and blogging. And then that's when I decided to just be brave and start my photography business. And then that was kind of how my story unraveled. So it was really, really, really fun. So sometimes I think, how do I say, if I would ever regret not being a teacher, because my heart is in teaching and I love teaching, but at the same time, I find that I am doing exactly what, was planned for me, because in a way I am still teaching. So I don't know. It was, it's been a journey, but in the end, when I really think about it, my heart is still kind of teaching. No worries. It's all good. Okay, so how cute are these little cups? So I wanted to make these a couple summers ago, and I just didn't get around to it. You know how the story goes. Okay. Here we go. Okay, you know what I'll do? Everybody just take a little break for a second. I know how to fix this. Let me go back into, just give me 2 seconds so we can continue having fun. And I will go, just give me 2 seconds. And let me see if I can. Let me find the. Oh, I might not be able to do it on this one. Oh well, it's fine for now. Okay. Are you being my blocker?
I'm trying.
What do we sing behind the scenes? It's my party and I'll block who I want to. Oh, people don't have better things to do. That's the problem. Oh, well, let them have fun. If they want to learn how to monogram cups, then that's where you're at. Okay, so now we are going to do, I really wanted to do this, a fun little paper craft with you all. So I am going to, okay, there we go. We will just keep having fun. It's humbling to know that it's that popular around here. So, yeah. Bless y'all. Yes, exactly, Sarah. Bless people. If this is the exciting Saturday night that everybody dreams of, then hey, this is where it's at. Okay, so I want to do a fun little paper thing because it's super, super fun. I got these at Dollar Tree. You know I got these at Dollar Tree because I have brought these to the channel twice before, and I have another one coming that I just recorded. So we are going to make a really fun little paper craft with these. And if you saw my little box, I made this fun little surprise box where seemingly just a fun little box on the outside, and then it opens up to reveal this super, super fun, exciting little gift box with little functional pockets and all these things. So it's so cute and fun. I love it. It's just super fun to do. So what I was saying in that video though is that I have lots of scraps that came off of that, and here they are. They are lots of fun little cutie pies. So I've been saving these, and I did a card with these. I did a video titled Card with Scraps Only or something like that. And Dana, I like that. Yes, learn something new with us. So I did a little card with them, and then what did we just do with these? I feel like we just did something this week with this. What did we do, guys? Oh, we did the shaker card with this. It was so cute. So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to do some craft room decor because I thought it would be super fun to use these little strips because I know a lot of you bought this paper pack and really love it because it's so pretty. It's got really pretty bright pinks and teals and mints in it. It's so fun. But I thought it would be fun to kind of give you some additional ideas because sometimes when you get a whole paper pack of 12 by 12s, you only use a little bit and then you're wondering what to do with all the scraps. So I kind of wanted just to keep going with that a little longer with you guys just to help you get a little bit more inspiration for that. So let's go back to tabletop. Let me see. Where did you get the cup mug holder? So that's down in the description box. It's from Etsy. It's the same place that I got the pen and weeding tool caddy. And it's super, super fun. So that is that. Yes, the box was so cute. I loved it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is really quickly, I'm gonna take this out, open up the back, and then I am going to, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to go and do about 5 inches by 5 inches. Okay, then I have 5 pieces of paper, or not 5 physical pieces of paper, but 5 patterns that I want to work with. So let me trim this down to 5 inches. 5. And then I'll just keep my scraps off to the side. 5 by 1 inch. Because again, we're going to go down. We're going to go down 5 inches over 5 inches. So you'll need a length or a width of 5 and then a height of 1. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're just going to start building on these. And then, of course, I mean, it's just the scrapbook paper pack that never ends because there will still be so much more. So then I'm going to do 5 inches. And then when you have a piece like this, though, you want to make sure that you kind of showcase the area and, you know, get, you know, the area that you want, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So kind of look where you want to showcase. I'm really liking this kind of blue area, so I think I'll use that. So I'm going to go here and then go over. And there we go. Okay. Did I do that right? Was that the right size? It looked a little thin, but I think I did that right. Yep. Okay. So, and I am going to do this. And then I'll do, actually, you know, was that about it? I wonder. That's probably good. Okay, so yes, this tape roller, I saw someone comment on the tape roller here. I got this for actually this box. Oops, it didn't work. Let me see. Hold on. Wrong way. Okay, I got it for this box. This Simple Thumb, or no, Simple Thumb, Sticky Thumb little tape roller. And this is amazing. I used glue for this. You saw it in my tutorial. I used a liquid glue for this. And because they kind of recommended you use one of these, and it's amazing. But I've been using this behind the scenes on other things. This is a beautiful tool. I love it so much. And if you get one, I know you're going to love it as well because it's a cute little tool and the adhesive is amazing on it. So you'll see me use it in just a second. But now I know I'm going to need, okay, I had to find this one again because I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to use the back side. But, okay, so that's at 5 inches. I want, okay, I want that. Okay, and we'll do that. And last one is the cute bumblebees, which you know are my favorite. Not in general, but on this paper. Okay, so I'm going to go 5 and 5 by 1. 5 by 1. Okay, here we go. There we go. And we are, let's see, I think we'll do this. So now you're just going to line up your strips, whichever way you want to go. And then you can start gluing down. But you want to, I think that looks good. Now I'm going to put a vinyl piece on top of this. But I think think I need this piece because it so predominantly has, you know, some whiter pieces in it. I think I need to go at the bottom, and you'll see why in a little bit. I don't know if the frames come in natural as well. It might. Ah, thank you. I was trying to figure out the subscribers only. Praise God. Okay, here we go. Now we can have fun. Listen, it's a party either way. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm gonna take these little strips. We are going to go like this. And okay, the smaller trim, Samine, it is worth every penny. And I said did that video go up where I said that even as I was adding the big trimmer to my cart, I'm going to bring the big trimmer out in a minute. As I was doing the big trimmer in my cart, I thought, I don't need this big trimmer. Okay, I'll bring out the big trimmer in just a second so you can see. But I bought it anyway because I really wanted a guillotine trimmer. I feel like they are so nice to work with, and it proved me right in that situation. But anyway, I bought it anyway. And then later on, I thought, oh, the mini would be nice because you can just kind of bring it in here and there, and you know, it takes up less space on your craft table. And even when I was adding that to cart, I thought, oh, well, I probably don't need this. But the mini is my absolute favorite, hands down. So helpful. Although I do use the big one all the time. And I actually created after my craft room tour, I created an actual space for that to put in like a permanent home for it, if that makes sense. Okay, there we go. Yes, I mean, you will not regret it. Is the trimmer different than the Cricut trimmer? Yes, so the Cricut trimmer is, let me show you the difference here. Okay, so the Cricut trimmer is like this. So you put your paper in, you put this piece down, and you literally roll and slice. Does that make sense? And then the guillotine trimmer, and I have the bigger one, I'll bring it out in a second, you literally like chop down. Does that make sense? You see? Actually, I was just demonstrating it, but you'll see in a minute because I'm going to have to trim down this acetate, which is 12 by 12, so it's not going to fit in the smaller one. The smaller one is 6 inches by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just about 9. So yeah, I like this. I use this for many, many years. In fact, when I was doing scrapbooking, that's kind of where I started. Back when I was doing my little student teaching, I had a little scrapbooking hobby too. And I use that type of trimmer all the time, but I really like the guillotine a lot. Okay, so I'm going to, let's go back to here. It's just nice. If you don't, or if you have another trimmer, then obviously don't go buy a new trimmer just to have it. Any trimmer is fine, but I really like mine. Okay. Yes, the frame is from Dollar Tree. Joanne, she's asked, will I ever do a 12 by 12 scrapbooking layout? So, I mean, I don't want to say never, but probably not. My scrapbooking days are kind of over. I just don't have the time to do that. I'm okay. So here's a thing about me. Did I not even glue it? Oh goodness. Oh, maybe am I out of the adhesive? Maybe that's why. Let's see. No, I shouldn't be. Let's see here. What's going on with you? Let's see here. Get you rolling. I don't think I used all of it. There's no way. Okay, let's just roll you for a little bit. Okay, so the thing about me is if I start something, I have to complete things. So if I did a scrapbook layout, then I would have to make a scrapbook for every child, every milestone. Like I wouldn't be able just to do, you know, a scrapbook here or there. I feel like I would have to go all in, and I, knowing myself, just do not have the time in this season for that. So no. But I did scrapbook a lot. I scrapbooked our entire wedding. So we have a really pretty scrapbook for that. And then what else did I do? I scrapbooked pretty much every, let's see, I want to say how many, okay, 2000, I want to say the first 4 years. Yes, the first 4 years until I started my photography business. Ironically enough, then once I became a photographer, I was just too busy for that. Once I really knew how to take pictures, apparently I was too busy for scrapbooking, if that makes sense. But yeah, I did about the first 5 years we were married, 4 or 5 years we were married in scrapbook layouts. And then I just, you know, you have a season for everything. And then sometimes the season doesn't allow you to do things like that. And for me, I'm just in that season. And I just kind of enjoyed it at the time, but didn't any longer, I think, if that makes sense too. Okay, grabbing the bigger paper trimmer. Okay, so earlier what I did, I made the mistake of, okay, hold on, let me grab the acetate. Was it 5x5? 5x5. So the acetate has a clear film on the front and the back. So you want to keep those on until you are ready to use the product, if that makes sense, until the end, because while you're doing your trimming and all of that, you don't want to do it 7. You don't want to scratch it or anything. So I'm just going to trim this at 5 by 5. And then we'll have a nice little protective film, if you will, to go over our little piece here. So I thought this would make for some really cute. Okay, so did you see the size difference? Here's the big one, really good for 12 by 12 pieces. And then here is the small one. I really prefer the small one for kind of everyday stuff because I can really quickly just bring it in, use what I need to, especially because I'm really starting to be obsessed with cards, and it's the perfect size for card making. I love it. But in respect, I do use this when I'm trimming down all of my bases, because I do buy my 110 pound cardstock obviously in the 8.5 by 11 size. So I do use this a lot when I am prepping all of my card bases. So hopefully that makes sense. The Cricut cutter, are you talking about the Cricut trimmer that we just were talking about, Dana? Let me know. And then if I missed your comment or your questions during our fun little spam bot party, then please repost them, because then I can see them again. So when I usually do live streams, I usually say that only people who subscribe to my channel can comment. But then tonight I thought, oh, well, what if someone's joining for the first time and they just want to say hi? I don't want to not be able to acknowledge them. Famous last words. But then I couldn't find the button to turn that off. So hubby is my knight in shining armor yet again. So now I'll do that from now on. I was just trying to be nice. It always starts with just trying to be nice, but then, darn. Only subscribers can comment. Okay, so now we have that little acetate sheet, and I took the film off the front and the back. So Dana, yes, that other one should be able to score it just fine. I wouldn't see why not. Okay, so then I'm going to place this right back in here. And this part, what you want to do is before you close these little prongs, you are going to just kind of make it sure it settles, because you have something that is, has definitive lines. So you want to make sure it goes straight in there. So that looks straight to me. I'm happy with that. So then once you're happy with it, you can press it down to really tighten it. That way your paper doesn't accidentally shift, because even if it shifts just a second, then, it really can bother your eye. Okay, let's do, again, I'm using that Joy vinyl, because that's all I had in white. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And yeah, Crystal, get this paper trimmer. You'll really like it. There are a lot of really fun guillotine paper trimmers that people like. So do your research. Just because I have one obviously doesn't mean you have to get the same one. So do your research, but I just like We Are Memory Keepers. I feel like their stuff is so cute. Okay, let's see. Okay, Anna's watching from the Netherlands. Aww. Thank you for joining. We're having fun. Okay, so I decided, and you'll see this actually in another tutorial that I have coming up. I actually made another one. And now I'm redoing it for myself. Well, the other one is different. I did a gift giving tutorial that I just recorded, and it's just being edited right now, where I do this with another set of paper. But after I did that, I thought, darn, that's super cute, and I have to do one for myself. Okay, about this little sewing machine. So this sewing machine is a part of an SVG. So I linked the SVG down below, and what I did was, the SVG is adorable. I'm gonna have to make something with it. So go check it out. It's super cute. But this was kind of a little piece of the SVG. So I just used this part and hid the rest and cut this out. And I thought it was super cute. So I'm just going to center this in here. I thought this would be super cute in my craft room. And can you see why I did the white piece down here? Because I really wanted to have this piece in here because it really adds to just the feel and look of the whole, experience we have with the tones and prints. But I didn't want it where the white vinyl was going to be, because then it would just get lost. Does that make sense? Yes, I love this sewing machine file too. It's so cute. Okay. Now, grab just without scratching my acetate, I'm just grabbing a little lip of that and peel that off. And then we have a fun little piece of craft room decor. Now the acetate kind of serves a couple functions here. Number one, it's going to protect that paper so that you just don't have exposed paper. It gives it also kind of a little shine, which I think is really fun and just gives it a polished look. But also I feel like even though that acetate is really thin, it takes it up, when you put the vinyl, it takes it up off of that paper just a little bit to give it just a tad bit of dimension, which I think is really, really fun. So here is the final look on that. I think it's cute. And I'll have to find a spot somewhere in my craft room for this. I think it's super fun. So again, I do have another kind of version of this coming up for craft room decor in a video that I just made. I'm just editing it down right now. It should be up in the next couple weeks. So yeah, I love it. Okay, let's take a second. It's getting really crazy on my craft table. I need to simplify because it gets overwhelming in a hurry, and then I can't focus. So I'm gonna do this and get everything cleaned up, and then we will continue. That way it's just not too much. We gotta fix this, and let's see, just get a couple things done. Okay. Let's see. Someone has a question about transfer tape. Did I miss one? I'm sorry if I did. Okay. I have trouble with Cricut transfer tape. Is there a trick when applying it on a product? It takes me a while for it to let the vinyl release onto the product. So I do use different transfer tape. When I first started, I didn't really love the Cricut transfer tape. So I very quickly, I think I only bought one roll and very quickly moved on from it. In my defense, I think I also did buy the wrong transfer tape when starting out, but in the meantime, I fell in love with a different type of transfer tape, which I fell in love with a different type first, but this is my current favorite. I bought this on a whim on Amazon, during Black Friday last year, I believe. And it was just a really good deal. It looked like it had pretty good reviews, if I remember correctly. And it comes with so much. So I bought this. A few things I like about it. First, it's clear. It also has the grid lines on it, which is really helpful for positioning. And the other thing that I like about it, oh, it has this paper back. So when you're done using it, if it's still sticky enough, which most of the time it is, you can just place it right back on this little paper backing and save it. Some transfer tapes come in a roll where you peel it like tape from itself, and then once you're done using it, there's really nothing to put it on. I mean, you can find things to put it on, of course, but I like that this has a backer on it. That way you can quickly reuse it. So yeah, and you know, honestly, I don't know that I gave the Cricut transfer tape too much. I mean, I didn't try it over and over. I feel like I had like a couple bad experiences with it and then just kind of found something different and then never looked back just because I found something I liked better. So try this. I really like it. I really like it. So, okay, let me continue cleaning up a bit. I think my heat press is ready for, let's see, I'm going to do a tote bag because the girls and I are doing a lot of, well, we plan to do a lot of library visits this summer, and it always seems like I have not enough arms. I wish I was an octopus. I got the stroller, I've got everybody hold my hand, and then I've got 45 library books. So I wanted to make them some tote bags to take to the library so they can fill up their bags, hopefully carry them. I'll probably still carry them, which is fine, but at least we have some dedicated bags to go to and fro. So let me grab these bags real quick. And I did one yesterday just to kind of test out to see if I liked what was going on with the patterns I chose. So this is the first one I made. And I bought these totes, and they're nice and big. See how nice and big these are? I thought these were really fun because especially children's library books, they can get pretty big and bulky. And, you know, their sizes are really nice and big. So I wanted something big enough for them, and I really like this. So I bought these from Michael's. I linked them down below. The reason I bought them is because I believe they're 100% polyester. So I bought them for sublimation, but they've been sitting in my craft room and I needed something to do with them. And I really wanted to use some different patterns when doing a little monogram. So I just had fun with my little patterned iron-on drawer. If you've seen my craft room tour, you've seen that drawer. It's heaven. It's so fun just to kind of shop and see different patterns and put them all together. So this middle one is like a glitter, I don't know. Let me see if the top down will show. It is a, is that gonna show? Do you see the glitter on this? There. It's so pretty. I love it. So this one's a glitter pattern, which is super nice. And then, okay, so the transfer tape is linked down below. I don't remember the brand. Again, it was just on Amazon. So, so check out the link below. I think I have it as clear gridline transfer tape or gridline transfer tape. Should be something like that down there. And then I have a nice kind of buffalo check in a mustard. I chose this first, and then I decided to pull in colors to the left and right, obviously, from my big one. And then one of my kiddos really likes blue, so I'm going to do, I did hers in blue. And then one of my other kiddos really likes pink, so I'm going to do hers in a pink. So I thought that would be really cute. Okay, so I think these are fun. Let me open up, let me move a few things to the side. Let's open this little guy up. Yeah, so the glitter pattern, it's the only glitter pattern I have. And it's from Expressions Vinyl. And they have it, the same pattern in adhesive, but I don't believe it is glitter. And then they also have it in regular iron-on without the glitter as well. So it's really kind of fun. Okay, so let's do a few things here. Let's preheat our material. Again, removing moisture, but also to get some of these wrinkles remedied, because that can be so distracting when trying to level out a design and place iron on. So let's do that. And I'll just focus on, even though I want to iron this entire bag, I'm going to focus on just the area I'm going to apply TV2. Okay. There we go. I have this at 320. Okay, that's good. Okay. So, move this here. Okay, yes, these are from Michaels. They are. And I didn't think they're bigger than I thought. So, that's okay. I mean, I thought they'd be like maybe this big. They're just wider than I thought. But that's going to work for this purpose for sure. Okay, so I have a variety here. I have a glitter patterned iron-on, I have a patterned iron-on, and then I have a Cricut patterned iron-on. And when you're doing iron-on, you want to make sure that you look up the heating instructions for each one you're doing because they can have different heating instructions. So I did so, and one wanted it at 340, one wanted it at 305, and one wanted it at 320. And honestly, I felt like I was going to be here all night waiting for my press to fluctuate in heat and all of that. So I am going to, now you do it differently, you follow the directions, but I'm just going to find a little common denominator, and I'm going to go middle road and do 320 and see if I can do all three of them together. Again, do as I say, do as they say, and not as I do. How does that go? Follow the directions, but I'm gonna see if this will work because 3 different temps just seems a lot for my to-do list right now tonight. So, okay, let's see here. And I'm gonna start with, me and my Cricut were having a lover's spat this week because she wanted to do this. She's cutting through my, I don't know, we're having a lover's spat. I'm not sure. I've changed the blade, and then I don't know what she's doing. So we are just making do. Luckily it didn't cut through the entire design so I could save it, but you know, sometimes I feel like the Cricut was just throwing a temper tantrum on me or something. I'm not sure. Okay. So I think that looks kind of good. You know me, I'm an eyeballer. I just like to kind of eyeball it. And, you know, that's pretty good. 17. Yeah. 17, so 8.5 would be center. And I kind of am looking at centering it on the little straps because I feel like when carrying it, that's what's going to be the most obvious. I do think I could bring it up just a little. And then I would be fine. Okay. I think that looks good. I think that looks good to me. I think I'm going to go for it. Okay, if you're going to do multiple at once, you just want to make sure that your iron-on doesn't overlap onto the liner, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure that your iron-on is touching your material and not touching this liner, because if so, it will just iron onto the liner and not to your bag or whatever you're placing it on. So okay, I think that looks good. Maybe up a little bit. Oh, Melissa, I know, I am an eyeballer and then pulls out the rule. I know, I'm a mess. Okay. I'm an eyeballer, but then I also need like the verification, right? I don't know. Okay. I know. Hi, Maria. Thanks for joining. She's a first time. Is it your first time live or first time ever? Regardless, Welcome. I'm just trimming this liner because I want to get that K pretty close, but I don't want the K to overlap, just like we were talking about. So yes, Marlene, I've done a test cut on, I have. And I don't know what was going on with it. I really don't. It was cutting super well. So I thought maybe, and my machines have always done really well on the, just the regular settings that Cricut has. So like if it's adhesive vinyl, the everyday iron-on, the everyday iron-on setting has always worked. If it's, adhesive vinyl, the adhesive vinyl setting always works. So I'm not sure what the dealio was. It's just been kind of cranky this week. I'm not sure. Okay, I am going to, now Cricut patterned iron-on, which is this pink one, does not have the sticky backer. So I'm just using the sticky of this other one to get it in place. How do we think that looks? I think the K might need to come down a little bit. Yes, test cuts are necessary for different projects, especially if you're using a unique material. Then I always recommend doing a test cut. Especially because also I could tell you that, what works well for my machine, but all machines are different. So just because it works good for mine doesn't necessarily mean it will work good for you. So yes, always, always do a test cut. Okay. I think that looks good. I think I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to take that on over and make sure it stays in position. And get that on there. And making sure that my design fits. I'm just kind of using my fingers here to make sure that my base, is all there. Here we go. Oops. I think we're good. Okay, I think I'm going to be happy with that. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay, let's see the chat. Okay. Yeah, test cuts are amazing. Can I tell you about that die holder at the top of the table? Tell me a little more about what you're referring to, Melissa, and I will definitely give you more information. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. I'm going to let this cool. And then we'll peel it up. Okay. Gets warm in a craft room when you have that little guy on. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. And then always read the instructions as well for the peeling instructions for each one. Oh, that worked really nice. Okay. So again, all three of these had different heat instructions. So I kind of just chose the middle of the road and did all three. I don't want to speak too soon, but it looks like they all did just fine. Yep. This is the one that kind of was cutting wonky. That looks really good. I think I'm going to reheat it just a little bit just because that's my workflow. But how cute is that? Now I need one for me. Although my books aren't as massive as children's books are. Let me go and put... Now I'm going to use something that is always a big question in my... I have this Cricut mat, and we'll talk about it in a second. I'm going to place that over there just because I don't want to have any exposed iron on touching my heat plate. Okay, just about 10 seconds. Okay. good. Okay, so let's chat about this because this always gets so many, ooh, it's hot. It always gets so many questions on my channel. It's a iron-on protective sheet. So you can use this to place between your project that has iron-on on it and your heat press or your easy press. And it just provides that barrier. Now, I think they've stopped making this because I haven't seen it in a long, long time. I think this was one of the first things I bought when I was starting out. And they haven't made it for a while. So other things you can use are, you can use like a butcher paper or parchment paper. Is parchment paper the right one? I think parchment paper is the right one. Anyway, you can use anything as a barrier, or you can use these little pieces that just came off. You just want to make sure you have a barrier between your heat source and your iron-on, just to give it a little protection from that heat. But I wanted to address that because unfortunately, I don't think they make it anymore, but I have one, so I do bring mine out from time to time because I do use it. But there are other things that you can use. So, okay, I want to try and answer that one lady's question. Your uniquely why not holder. Was it the question about these? Let me go top down. Was it these? If so, these are in the description box below. Hopefully that is, and it's the same, yes, the same place that I purchased the cup cradle. And I think we're done using that tonight. So, very fun. Okay, can you tell me why or what you would use the knife blade for opposed to the fine blade? The knife blade I've only used with wood so far. I don't think have I used it in anything else? I feel like I've only used it for the wood. My fine tip blade honestly stays in my machine 98% of the time. I don't take it out. I'm trying to think. Let me look. I'm trying to look at all the other blades in here. So the scoring blade, I've used that. Or no, this is the engraving tip. Use that to engrave acrylic. That's fun. I have a tutorial on that. The knife blade, I really think the only thing I've used this for is when cutting out the wood. So far, at least for me. This is the rotary blade, and I've used this for, have I done fabric? I have done fabric, and I feel like maybe felt. I feel like I may have done felt. And then, of course, we have the foil tips. And then this is the deep point blade. I'm trying to remember what I did deep point blade. I may have done like a faux leather or something with the deep point blade. But I've also done faux leather with the fine point blade, and it's worked beautifully. Again, I don't take my fine point blade out of my machine, if at all. It's just always in there. Okay, so we have, and I like this because they're coordinated for the kiddos. Here's my other one. But also they're different. So I know who likes blue and who likes pink. So I can quickly, out of your peripheral, know which one goes to which kiddo real quick. So, okay. Yes, the deep point blade is great for leather. I do think, though, I have done it with the fine point blade, the regular blade, too, and I think it's been just fine. And I think I may have done that on accident as well because I may have just not remembered to take it out and put the deep point blade in and then realized it did work. Okay. Hi, Alicia. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Okay, let's see. I think I might be caught up on chat. If I missed you, please repost. It kind of beep-bops around every time I look up. Okay, let me look at my little list. Because there's nothing more gratifying than getting it all crossed off. Okay, I'm going to do... Okay, you let me know. Do you want to do a desktop trash can? Or do you want to do a little home decor sign next? Tell me in the chat. And I will clean up and get it ready. So desktop trash can or home decor. We're going to do both. But which one do you want to do first? I'm going to put these away. I need to create a little pile of things we've gotten done. So maybe I'll put that over here. So done. And done. And these are done, and this is done. These are my acetate sheets. Okay, let's see what everybody's saying. Trash can, sign, trash can, home decor, trash can. You can't do 50-50. We gotta have one more than the other. We'll do both though. Shannon's monogramming. Oh, I have to love all the monogram things. I love them. A lot of trash can. It's such a funny thing. Okay, let's see. Let me grab that one, and then I'll put the other one right next to it. Also, let me check what my next heat setting needs to be. Let's see. My 305 for, we're going to do 15 seconds. Okay, let's let that puppy cool. And I'll get the next one too. Okay. Okay, so full disclosure, I bought this trash can. It's really neat. I bought this for my craft room. It's a little desktop trash can. Hold your little trash in there. Got your little bags, and has a little push top, pops up down. I bought this thinking that's a great idea. I'll definitely use it. And I have learned about myself. We're all different, right? I've learned about myself that I am much more of a make a little pile of trash and then put it in the trash can type of girl. For some reason, putting it in a little trash can was just not, I tried. I even made a tutorial on how to make a little desktop trash bin like my first year, thinking this will be great. I will just put my trash in the trash bin. It's like putting your socks in the hamper, which trust me, I'm a neat freak, so I thought this was going to work. But yeah, I just don't do it. Let me know if any of you have the desktop trash can and if it works for you. And if it does, that is so amazing because I really wanted it to work for me. Okay, you're probably wondering then why are we making one? Why are you making one if you don't use it? Okay, my little girl, she got a sewing machine for her birthday, and as we have been learning to sew, we've learned that she needs a little place for her trash, and I know she will think that this is the most magical thing ever. So I am going to gift this to her, but I'm going to decorate it up and make it all cutesy, of course, and make it so fun. So I am going to add a little rubbing alcohol. Losing my words. Getting sleepy. Okay, Melissa has a little desktop trash can that she keeps with her sewing machine. Yes, I love that. And I tried and I just was not, I don't know, it just didn't work in my workflow, and I'm not sure why, Okay, to be fair, I put this on here before, and then I took it off thinking, oh, I'll find something else to put on it for her, and then ended up recutting this because it's just too cute. So I linked this SVG down below, as well as this desktop trash can, because if you think that this is just amazing and this would work for you or solve, your organization, definitely get one because I think it's amazing and I love it. It's just not how I work for some reason. So I am going to give it to her, knowing very well that she will probably absolutely love it. Okay, let me grab some transfer tape, trim this down a little bit, some little ones on the side, and this one. Okay, so Cynthia has one of these, and so does Kim. So Dee, we are teaching each other because I am learning right along with her, and it's been fun. She says one of the best things you can do is teach your children to sew. Yes, she's loving it. But I have to tell you something funny. I think because I got into embroidery first. And so I have Babs back there, and she loves coming down and watching this. And so I think she thought that she was going to get a Babs because she was like, and then I'll put it on. She was thinking she would put it on the counter right next to mine. So we're learning, yeah, she got an actual sewing machine. And so then we're learning that together. But we both she likes to come down, especially as I was working on my quilt. I feel like she's seen a couple blocks take shape. She definitely saw the Lucky Us pillow take shape. She liked that one. That's been fun to do. Okay, I'm just going to do this. Sally, I have not used that yet. No. But everybody else has been asking about that as well. Knowing my love of monograms, yes. Okay. D, are you talking that I named my little, Babs? And then I just named my little spellbinder. She's Stella. She is Stella. And yes, one day she'll have a Babs. In the meantime, she loves seeing what Babs can do. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm about ready to hit my first anniversary with Babs. And we've had a good year. We should celebrate. Her and I. Make something cute. Oh, goodness. Okay, hold on. We're going nowhere in a hurry. Let's keep burnishing. This one's not going to want to. This is being stubborn. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, Lynn says the trash cans are even great for the bathroom counter. Oh, yes. You know what? You're so right, because I feel like on the Amazon listing, they have this as, I think, a kitchen counter thing as well. Okay, to keep little pieces as you're trimming. Okay. Diane says, thank you for doing so many crafts. It always makes things so interesting. Love your inspiration. Thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate that, because I am someone who really, really loves to try new things. I started my channel doing Cricut, and I still love my Cricut. I know lately I have been bringing a few other things to my channel. I have recently really, really fallen in love with cards, and I'll speak to that in a little bit, because I find, well, I'll just speak to it now. I find that cards are something that you can pour your heart into. You're working on a really small little project. You can take as much time or as little time, but usually a lot of time. You can pour your heart into it, and then you put a stamp on it, and you can instantly make someone's day. And I love the fact that it is just a stamp away from somebody, right? Sometimes I feel like with bigger projects, I have so much intention to make things for people, and then either shipping gets in the way. I mean, things just get so expensive, or this, that, or the other, or making it to FedEx or anything. I love about cards that you can just go to the mailbox and then instantly tell someone you were thinking of them. I love that. But anyway, I have been really, I'll let you see the struggle that's going on here to keep it relatable. I've been really falling in love with other things as well, and I love my Cricut. I'll always love my Cricut, because that's what got me back into crafting. I took a long crafting break after having kiddos. I did crafting here and there. I did a lot of scrapbooking when my husband and I were first married. I did a lot of scrapbooking during high school and college. But then I took a little break, and Cricut kind of got me back, or buying a Cricut got me back into loving crafting again. So I'll always have a special place in my heart for Cricut and, all of the things. However, I have to say that I really, really enjoy learning. I love teaching, and I love to learn. And it's really important to me to do things and recognize the seasons I'm in, and do different stuff, because that's what keeps me motivated. And I have to keep myself motivated in order to keep videos coming, right? So I just wanted to say that, because I know a lot of you really love the Cricut stuff, and I want to just mention I still love Cricut too, and I still love you know, using my Cricut. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of Cricut stuff tonight, but at the same time, I really, really enjoy doing other things as well. And it's really important that when I find that inspiration and I find that passion, that I give myself that grace to follow that for a little while. So right now, you know, making my first quilt is super fun. Doing cards is super, super fun. And it's bringing me so much joy. So I'm just enjoying being in that season. So I'm glad you're loving all of the different stuff, because it's just important to me to be able to take that creative direction and go in different areas sometimes, just to keep it interesting for myself as well. So, okay, let's see. Yes, cards are very therapeutic. They really are. I never realized how much paper is so much fun. And because I did scrapbooking, I did a lot. Someday maybe I'll show some of my scrapbooks. I really had fun with scrapbooking for a while. A good long while. Even in college, I did like our sorority scrapbook. It was very fun. And then again, I was telling you, I did like our wedding in a big scrapbook, and kind of the first, I'm going to bring this up just a little bit, the first years we were married. So it's kind of like getting me back into that paper crafting mode, because paper was how I started many years ago. So it's really nice to come back to it. I like it. Okay. Okay. There we go. What do you think? It is so cute. And you can decorate the top too. When I was using it, I did a little weeding tool, and that was really fun. You can find a weeding tool in Cricut Design Space. So I think this is really fun. Again, you just bloop. I think she'll love it. And I'm glad that it's having a new home, because I was going to just donate it. And then luckily enough, she had mentioned that she needed a trash can. And I thought, oh my gosh, I literally actually pulled it out of the Goodwill pile. Can you believe? It was just meant to be. So she will love that. I'll surprise her with that tomorrow. So she'll love it. Okay, I need a pile for things that are done. Okay, let's do the wooden decor sign really quick. I need to clean it off a little bit. So let me do that, and then I'll catch up on the chat. I think I just did a little boo-boo on my fingernail. Okay. Sarah says, love learning new things with you and growing in the craft world. Yes. Okay, we had a question. Let me try to go back up. And again, I've said it a few times. If I missed a question, please just repost it if you can. I would love to answer it. It's just sometimes I miss it. Let me scroll back up just a little bit. Okay. Someone said that's a great idea to fill. What did Phil say? I feel like that little trash can could be used in my laundry on the shelf for the lint in my dryer. Yeah, that's a great idea. Oh. Yeah, Stella is Sarah's pug's name. So yeah, I named my spellbinder Stella. She's just I love her. I need to get some new cutting plates though. Okay, Christine said, so I'm scrolling back up so I can see as I go. And if I miss you again, please just repost. Christine asks, now I missed it again. What would you say is your favorite craft topic? Cricut, quilting, cards, etc. Okay, I feel like, okay, squeaky, squeaky. Bear with me on the extra noise. I'm just really cleaning this little blank here. I feel, my favorite, I don't know, favorite. I feel like that can change so much during what season you're in. Like if you were to ask me last fall, I would say embroidery was my favorite. And if you were to ask me a year ago, Cricut was my favorite. And if you were to ask me Cricut as in like the Cricut crafts and machines and iron-on and vinyl. But if you were to ask me today, I'm really loving the cards. I really do. It's so gratifying. And again, I love that it's just a stamp away, right? You just put a stamp on it. You can instantly give it to somebody, walk it to somebody. You can create a card for anything. It's just fun. I love it. So I don't know that I have a favorite. They're all kind of equal to me, but I'm just enjoying the freedom of being able to do so many different things because it's just fun. And crafting is just a way to pour your heart into something, no matter what it is, whether you're making, like the other day on my video that went live that wasn't supposed to, about the baby gift, you know, whether you're doing embroidery or whether you're doing a card, you're pouring your heart so much into something for somebody else. And I just love that. No matter what machine you're using, it's just the heart behind it. I just love. But the cards right now are super fun. The stamping is fun. The coloring is absolutely therapeutic for me. I love that. I think it's so fun. I get so relaxed. Okay. Did I see you using Lawn Fawn stamps and dies? Yes, a lot. I love their stuff. It's so cute. Sorry, I'm looking off camera. I have to read over here. I love Lawn Fawn so much. And I have a whole bin of stuff I haven't used yet. It's all coming. Okay. Okay, Denise says, happy you picked this time to go live. Yes, this is a good time for me right now. Okay, I just got a Cricut Joy yesterday. Do I need a different blade to cut iron-on vinyl? No, you should be able to cut iron-on vinyl with your fine point blade that comes with your Cricut Joy. Okay, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. It kind of jumped again. Okay. There's no limit on crafting. Whatever you feel like at the time, we can do them all. Thank you, Dee. Yes, and Sally said, my crafts tend to go in cycles. Yes, I agree. Yes, it kind of, I mean, it's just like the season you're in, right? I really believe in seasons. Okay. Okay, let's see. I think I caught up. If I didn't, go to the bottom and ask me. Oh, okay. How are you storing the stamps and dies? I purchased a shameful amount this week. Okay. Let me do this craft and then is it Lena? Remind me and I will bring out my stamp and die storage and I'll show you the marker storage too because I'm obsessed with it. So let's go here and I'm going to work on this. So I found this blank at Hobby Lobby. Again, if you're just joining, I linked everything down in that description box below the video. And then I found this beautiful, beautiful little, I don't know, quote, text saying, and I had to do this. I'm going to put this on our mantle. I think this is so pretty. And with this little, it's like a ceramic insert with a wooden frame around it. And I just have to do this. I think it's so pretty. And then it'll just sit up on our mantle like this. And I love this. I love it. Okay, so let me grab a little bit of, I need a longer piece, so I'm going to grab a new piece. So this is what I was saying to earlier about this transfer tape that has the backer, because then with the pieces that I've used that I want to save, I can grab the backer, place it right here, and then in my craft room tour, I showed you I have a little bin where I put things like this. That way I know to shop my craft bin first before cutting a new piece. I know that bin for a fact is empty right now, so I'm going to go ahead and freely trim a new piece. Okay. Okay, Tara, the craft mat, I made it, and there is a tutorial on my channel on how to do it. So I just bought a mat, and then on that tutorial I show you how I use like a wrapping paper to get it all cutesy. And don't worry, because I have answered that a million times, but it's one of the most popular questions I get. So if you didn't ask it, someone else would have, and someone else was probably wondering. So thank you for asking. Okay. Oh, Phil says, I always say this to my husband because he came into my life, when it went in a dark place. Yes, God gave. Yep, everything has his hand in it, right? I love this. So I'm going to grab, and when I'm doing this, I don't like using my fingernails for this just because I'm not good at it. So what I do is I just use a little bit of my weeding tool, and then again, like I did earlier, grab that backer, just kind of fold it down. So on the back, you have created this little lip here. And then place some right on your vinyl. Use the little tab that you just created to pull. And there you go. Now, I don't know that this is perfectly aligned with my grid lines, but that's okay. I can visually remedy that with my eye, but you can, you know, get it lined up if that is helpful for you too, to use those grid lines. Okay, let's get this all off here. Okay, can I ask how to find your old videos? Okay, yes, in my, on my channel, if you click on the tab videos, there is a little tab that you can sort newest, oldest to newest, I believe. And then it will show my videos in like oldest to newest. So you'll see like my very first video, and then you can scroll through all the way to today. So go ahead and check that out. And I do that sometimes too. When I find somebody I love to watch, then I'm like, oh, I have to go watch all their videos because I love their stuff. And it's always fun to see, you know, like what they did when they first started, and just kind of, you know, learn a little bit more about their story. So I love that. So yes, just go to the videos tab, and then there should be a way for you to filter oldest to newest, and then you can watch in order if you'd like. Good old crafty binge is how I like to say it, right? Okay, now this has a very, oops, oh, my Cricut was playing a trick on me again. We were having a lover's spat. It was cutting. Oh, hopefully this works, actually. Oh, this might be a stinker. I might have to do this later. Let's see if I can convince it to play nice. This is where it was cutting through my... let me see. I might have to show you guys this later. I don't know if I have the skill to fix a broken vinyl project tonight. I have to let that go. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. We'll just be patient, see where it goes. My machine was cutting through my backer for some reason. And I let my little period go, but I'm going to come back for that. And we'll see if I can get this off. If not, we will do something else. Okay. Come here. There we go. I thought maybe I could just make it work, but oh, we might be able to. Slow and steady. Slow and steady is the name of the game here. And see, like it cut through in some places and then didn't in others, so that's why it's just so confusing. Because it's not a consistent issue. But I'll look into it tomorrow. Okay, let me read the chat. Oh, okay. Let's see. We're making cards with Cricut Joy. Yep, you can do so many fun cards with your Cricut machine too. And a lot of the new card videos that I'm doing, you can absolutely just use those as inspiration, and then use what you have to recreate it. Or sometimes it just gets that creative juice going, and you can, you know, run with a concept or a style. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I feel like this little guy is just being tricky. But I'm stubborn enough that I need to, like, I have to fix it. Well, I might have to recut this tomorrow. You know, sometimes you gotta know where your limits are. So knowing how much gray vinyl I have, I probably will just recut this tomorrow, and then I'll post a picture of it. Yeah, it's just being too much of a stinker. Okay, so it's gonna look something like this. It's gonna be super cute. But at the same time, we have other things that we can do, and I don't want to waste our time with that. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more iron-on item because I want to be able to shut down my heat press because it is a little too warm in here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to work on a couple little clippies, and that is a good time to do a Q&A. So we'll do the Q&A at the very end if you have anything that I've missed, because that will be a good time where I can really watch what's going on in the chat. Okay, so let's do this. I purchased this sweater so long ago, and it's so pretty. I got it at Target. It's just a very nice, very thin sweater. And I thought this would be so fun for summertime because I love wearing a really light sweater with, exactly. And, sorry, I was reading the chat. I'd like to wear like a really light sweater with shorts. I think it's just really nice and just, I don't know, really cozy. Especially because I'm that type of person that on a 95-degree day, I'm inside under a blanket. I'm always cold. So I am going to use this pretty design that I found. I want to put this on this shirt. So I'm going to really quickly, let's go ahead and pre-press and get all the wrinkles out. There's no real wrinkles in here, but let's get any moisture out. I might have to go a little further down too. In fact, I might go side to side. There we go. That way, because it's such a vertical design. Okay, let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, that cross is so pretty. I love it. Oops, that was a little long, but it's okay. It's just a pre-press. Yeah, I linked this cross down below because it's super, super, super beautiful. And I've been looking at it for a long time, but just haven't had the idea. And then I thought this would be so pretty on this really nice soft shirt. Okay, I think this is a pretty high neckline, so I'm going to go up quite a bit here. And okay. Thank you, Phil, for the reminder. Yes, if you are having fun, be sure to click the thumbs up. Apparently that does help my channel, which is fun. It encourages other people that we're having fun over here, we're doing something interesting, so then it encourages other crafters that, hey, maybe you might like what she's working on, or you might learn something from her. So it's always fun if you enjoy it, just to click the thumbs up button. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think that looks good. What do we think? Do I need to bring it up just a little more? Let me know. Here's the bottom of the shirt. I feel like I need to, well, let me do this and see. I'm trying to think. Ooh, I think it needs to go up. What do we think? Up? Let me stand back. I think up. It takes you, after I ask a question, it takes you guys 10 seconds to hear it. So I always have to be patient and wait for your answers. I'm going to go up though. That's my first instinct. Plus when I wear it and look in the mirror, I don't want to think, you should have put that up higher, Bethany. Okay, I'm gonna just place this and then I'll show you again. Up, 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 up. Yep. Okay, good. We're on the same wavelength. Okay, what do we think about? Oh, did I move it? I think I did. What do we think about this? How's that look? Okay, I'm gonna have to wait for you all again to see what you say. And so I don't do the whole like 3 like finger thing down from the bottom or stuff like that, because I think it really depends on the cut of the shirt. Though that is about 3 inches from the bottom of the neckline. Okay. I think it looks good there too. Yeah, it depends on what kind of shirt it is. Especially with women's shirts, because there's so many different types of cuts and stuff, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to go for it. Yep, okay, everybody's saying good. Okay, so I'm going to lay it this way. Okay. There we go. And always be very careful with your heat press. I actually hurt myself pretty badly on mine recently. So always be very careful. They get very warm. So always know where your heat is. And okay, everybody says it looks good. All right. I'm going to let that cool just a moment. And a trick is take it off of your press and put it on a cool surface. So even just like the counter next door is a perfect spot. That's my go-to. Just place it right on the counter, and then it just draws that heat up really quickly, especially if you're crafting in a hurry like I usually am. So, okay, good. Everybody likes the placement. I think that was a good call. Okay, that's looking good. Let's hope the best. Okay. There we go. Looks so nice. So see what I mean about the first peel kind of being the harshest? You really just have to tug on it pretty good. Yes, Susan, you want to be really careful. I had a burn about a week and a half ago, and I'm still on the mend from it. So you just have to always be careful. Having too much fun crafting in my zone. Okay. Yes, I love this lavender too. I think that's so pretty, and I think it's so summery. Oh, I love it. Okay, I am going to. I'll just use my. Actually, I'll just use my liner. I'm gonna put my liner back on. Give it a little bit more heat, just because I think that initial peel. I really do. I think that initial peel is just too harsh. So. Give it just a little more, and then it's all good. Okay, there we go. Oh, my iPad is done tonight, so it may be time to almost be done. Okay. Okay, everybody loves it. Good. Okay, I am going to get the last craft out. And then we'll be done. So if you have any last minute questions, I will really be able to focus on the chat. Does it matter what side you put it back on? Oh, the sticky liner? It does, because one side is sticky. Let me do this top down. This side is sticky, so you'll want the sticky side back down. or else it will just stick to your heat press. So yes, definitely. There we go. That looks great. Oh, I like it. I do, and I think this color is perfect for summer with some white shorts. That's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna grab my hot glue. Let me find my cord and we'll start the clippies. There we go. Okay. Question was, let me get this plugged in. When should you worry about the heat and the sweater material content? I'm not quite sure. I've never really given that too much thought. I always just look up what the shirt is made of. Usually on like the Cricut site, they will have directions for the type of material you're pressing on, and then it will tell you what time and temperature to use. So that gives you a little bit of direction. So the monogram from the pink water bottle is not from Design Space. I think you go to defont.com to download it, but I put the name in the description box so that you can look that one up. And then my heat press is from, is it Heat Press Nation, I believe? Again, that one's down in the description box as well. I love it. I love, love, love it. Okay, so I love, one of the things about shopping my craft space this year, I've also been doing really good at going through my scrap pieces just like we did earlier and making sure I make use of those. So I love doing faux leather crafts. I've made so many faux leather crafts on my channel and I have an entire playlist on it, but quite often I have little pieces left over. So what I did is I cut these into 4" by 1" pieces. And what I did was, again, you can definitely use your Cricut to do this. I have a tutorial on how to do it in Cricut Design Space so that it cuts it just like this. However, I honestly think it is so much easier just to grab a rotary cutter and a little rotary mat and then just crank away. So that's what I did. I used my acrylic ruler and I just made 1x4 little strips. Super, super easy on all of these pieces, and I'm just going to make little clippies out of all of my little faux leather pieces. So I'm going to get working on that, and then I will answer any last minute questions because we are about ready to be done with this craft list. I'm really excited. Okay, what do I do with the items? Oh, the personalized items when they've outgrown them. Some of the items, if they were an absolute favorite, I do keep for them, you know, like in their little keepsake boxes. It kind of depends. Let me go through this real quick. So I have these little clippies, and all you're going to do is take your faux leather. My girls love these clippies so much. And the best thing about these is in the summer, these are the preferred little hair pieces because they can go in the swimming pool with them and they are just fine in the pool. So we swim with these all the time and they make for really good, fun summertime hair accessories. Okay, so I am going to go that far up. Do you see how I left a little gap here? Don't go all the way up like this, because then it doesn't allow you much of a lip to wrap around here. Leave yourself some room. So I would say, you know, at least 1/4 inch. I always go about like there. Okay, then turn over. Let's make sure we have some glue here. And then be generous with your glue. Okay, and then you're just gonna wrap. Just like this. Okay. all the way around. And see how it meets up there? And then you gave yourself a really generous space there to really bring that over and wrap it, and then it will stay. And let me tell you, I've been making these for a while for my girls, and these are durable. My girls love them. Oh, thank you, Karen. She said, don't forget to glue your frame. Girl, that would have been sitting here tomorrow morning. Okay, let me see. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything else. Okay, what's the flower thing attached to your Misty magnet? That is just a piece of washi tape, and it makes it easier just to get the magnet up so you're not like trying to grab it with your fingers. You can just grab the tape instead. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, let me grab my Misty. So this is my stamp positioner tool, and this is the magnet. So I have a little piece of washi here, and I've just seen other crafters do this, and I thought it was genius. So of course I had to add this to my workflow. But so you have your magnet here, and when you need to bring it up, you can just grab this tab. Okay. If not, you're kind of fumbling and trying to get your nails under this magnet, and you're just fumbling with it. So put a little piece of washi tape, build yourself a little tab, and you will love it. It's awesome. Okay, so there's that. Great question. Okay. Oh, thank you, Susan. Okay, yes. Let me put, Susan, I'm going to put it to the side right now so that I don't forget. I'm going to show you my stamps at the end. Okay. So I've got it ready to go. Okay, I will finish these clippies and then I'll show you my stamps. Okay, is the shirt from Target as well? Well, the purple one that I did is from Target, but now, of course, I have to make 2 of each of these. You know how it is. But are you talking about the shirt I'm wearing right now? Let's see here. I'm just going to go real quick through these. And I have a whole tutorial on my channel on these little cuties. They are awesome. Yes, you could definitely make a quilt with your, outgrown shirts or outgrown applique items. That would be so cute. That would be so fun. And I feel like, the reason why I got my embroidery machine when I did was because I was just in that season. Again, we're talking about seasons. I'm in that season where I would just really use it with my kiddos. And I feel like I really have proven to myself, or proved to myself, am I saying that right? It's getting late here, so I'm tongue-tied, but I've really proved to myself that I am using it a lot, and I'm really happy that I just got brave and bought it when I did. Because I just, with little kiddos, you can make really fun things. Plus, I've had fun personalizing gifts with it, and now the quilt. I never ever thought I would be able to, in my wildest dreams, do anything like that. And I'm having a lot of fun. I think I did that the wrong way. Okay. Never say never, right? And it's given me a lot of confidence. So now I just need to learn a little bit more and build my sewing skill a little bit more. That's my next step. I've been getting my feet wet a lot with, finishing up embroidery projects with sewing. So that's been helpful. I did make my little guy a birthday banner for his high chair, and I'm really proud of that. So you'll see that on my channel. I did film it. So I just have to edit that. Okay, let's see. Samine says, so smart. I've been wondering. Oh, yep, the Misty. Yep, that was a good call on that one. Do I like my Misty over the We Are Memory Keeper stamper? I'm not familiar with theirs, so I don't have an opinion on that. I went right for the Misty, and I didn't really do any direct comparison. I honestly didn't shop around for a different positioner, so I have been really happy with mine. Okay, and Jacqueline is crafting tonight. She too is a former kindergarten teacher. Aw. That's such a fun age to teach. Such a fun year. Okay. Let's see. Love those cards you made the other day. Had to have the scoring tool to make them. But loving just watching and reading the chat as well. Oh, thanks, Jacqueline. Yes. It's fun to craft along sometimes, but I do the same. Sometimes I just sit back and relax or build shopping carts and then forget to check out. Oh, I love seeing what other people come up with and create. People are amazing. YouTube is just amazing. You can learn anything on YouTube. It's awesome. I love it. Okay. Let's see. Caitlin says, I'm glad I caught you live. Just got off a cruise. Oh, lucky. And she's got some faux leather to craft with. Okay. And Emily says, nails always look nice. Thank you. I just chipped one tonight though. What brand or color do you have on today? I have something, it's Color Street? No. I don't remember. I like to use Ella and Mila, and then I like to use one that I have found at Dollar Tree, Color Street. I don't know, whatever their little one they carry is. I can't remember, but they have a pink there that's really fun too. Okay, will we see the 4th roll of your Kimberbell spring quilt? Yes, you will. I quite honestly, to be honest, I have decided I'm going to do that one on my own just because of time, but I will be sharing an update on it pretty soon. But I have one more block to go, and yeah, I've just been having fun kind of quietly doing that and building in some me time. But yes, I have been showing row by row, so I will definitely give you an update soon. I feel like it's going to take me quite a while to do the finishings, right? So, Lynn says she has a hard time finishing up, yes, on her shopping carts. Yes, I know. I do that too. Or I will kind of be shopping for stuff and kind of slowly build a cart. And then sometimes when you close out of a browser, it saves your cart, right? Or sometimes they even, the good sites, they email you. And they say, your shopping cart misses you. Please come back. I love those because that's just an ingenious idea. But sometimes you accidentally close out of your browser or close all the tabs. Let me know if you're someone who likes to keep a lot of tabs open at the same time, because that is certainly me. Oops, I have too much, not enough glue there. Let me grab my glue stick. Okay, there we go. Gotta go quick because this glue dries fast. I always keep 100 tabs open because I'm doing multiple things and they're all very functional, but sometimes I accidentally exit out of everything and then realize that some of those were still working items. Okay. Yes, oh, hi Delia. How are you? I recognize your name from Carly's channel. I'm so happy you're here. Let's see. Yes, we're doing snap clips just to finish up and do a little fun question answer at the very end. I love these. These are so fun. My girls love these, and I was telling everyone earlier, these are durable. And we love them because you can get them wet. So you don't have to, my girls wear a lot of hair bows sometimes too, so you always have to worry about getting those off. And I love these because you can get them wet and they're just fine for the summertime. Okay, so just got a handheld cam snap, press and snaps. Could you do some more tutorials on faux leather and snaps? I plan to make cord holders, but don't know else to do. So let's see, what do I have on my channel right now? I feel like I've done quite a few. I don't have the handheld press, but I do have the tabletop one. And let's see, I've done the what have I done? In the hoop notebook holders. Those use the snap press. So check that one out. And yes, I intend to use it more and more. I did buy a fun beach bag this year, so I'm trying to find just a perfect design to make a little bag tag for it. So I probably will use my snap press for that. We'll see. Caitlin always has a million tabs open too. Yeah. Oh, my pink shirt. Oh, this is, I believe it's Old Navy. Yes, I apologize. I did not dress up at all tonight. It's been a busy week for our family. We've just been doing a lot of activity, which is great, but by this time of day, I was ready for a sweatshirt and jeans. Just nice way to end the day and finish up some crafting. So thank you for joining. I have had so much fun. I love that I was able to bring together a little list of things that have just been on my craft list and on my craft mind and on my craft table. So yeah, it's been super fun to be able to just chat, but also to be super productive and get some things done, because I feel like going into summer now I can really focus on some other things that I've been wanting to do. And then going into fall, because I feel like once summer is started, it just ends so quick. So before we know it, it'll be fall. Especially if you ask Hobby Lobby, right? Don't they have fall stuff out already? Oh my goodness. We were just there and I found a bunch of things for 4th of July. And I want to say there were pumpkins there, because I think one of my kiddos asked me about the pumpkins and I said, no. No, not happening. Okay, the faux leather. So Delia, I've been doing a lot of faux leather crafts and I buy them in the sheets. And I have a really fun drawer of faux leather. I demonstrated or show it off in my little craft room tour on how I store my faux leather. And you see how I'm letting this kind of seep out the edges? The more the better, because then you can run now obviously being careful, it's hot. I feel like I have crafter's fingers at this point and am less sensitive to hot glue at this point. But once you seal the edges, it really makes it that much more durable. But anyway, so I have had so many projects on faux leather lately that I've had lots of little pieces left over. So I just trimmed these to 4 inches by 1 inch little strips. And I just used my rotary cutter and my little, measuring cutting mat, the little self-healing mat, and trim these down. And then you can just wrap them around these little snap clips and they just instantly transform into, I'm gonna let that dry, but I'll demonstrate this one. You can just put these in their little hair. How cute. I have to tell you a funny story though. When my little one was small, I was grocery shopping with her and the checkers, I'll never forget because every time I see these, it reminds me. The checker said, "Did you know your daughter has a Band-Aid in her hair?" And I was like, what? I couldn't figure out what she was saying. And I was like, oh no, that's a clippy. That is a clippy. But now I always kind of think of these as hair Band-Aids. Oh, she has a Band-Aid in her hair. Nope. So this one I'm just kind of playing around with, because this faux leather, I used this for some hand sanitizer, in the hoops hand sanitizer holders. And it's a thicker faux leather, so I was kind of wanting to see how this would wrap. It's not doing too bad. It's wrapping well. We'll have to see how it holds up. But okay, last questions here. What's your favorite place to shop faux leather? I like to do, well, I've gotten some on Amazon, but I also really like Etsy. So if you go to my faux leather playlist and just look at any of my videos, I will link the shops that I have purchased from, because I have found some really neat stuff on there. And there are so many beautiful faux leather patterns. It's pretty phenomenal. I really like it. Okay, I'm caught up on questions. Are there any more last minute questions? I have one more clippy and then I'll show everything we made tonight and then I am going to go to sleep probably. That one turned out cute. I know it's June, but you know how the summer goes. August will be here shortly. That's cute. I like that. It's a little thicker than I like, but it did work. So now I have to think because one of mine parts their hair on the right. To let that one set. And then one on the left. I have to make sure that if you have a directional print, you want to make sure that, you know, it's not going to be upside down on their hair, if that makes sense. So I need to do the opposite for the other one. Let me think this through here. Is that going to be right? That should be right. Okay. There we go. And then I'll fix my frame. Oh, and then I'll show the stamp thing real quick. So my stamp storage is kind of a work in progress, and I feel like I'm going to have to already probably get some new storage because I have quite a few new stamp sets, and I feel like I also have developed the habit of pre-trimming all my panels, so I need some storage for that as well. You'll see in a moment. Let me finish wrapping this and then we'll get into that. And I will try to find that stamp storage and link it after the live if you end up liking it. I don't have a StarCraft solo. I don't have any of the StarCraft items. Okay. Here we go. Okay, good to go. So really cleaned out my faux leather drawer. So now I have cute little clippies, but I also have a clean craft drawer. So how amazing is that? Now, I probably could do like a wood glue or something, but you know me, I'm a hot glue lover. And I am gonna call that good. Although I might need to do something about the little gaps, but that will be a project for another day. Okay, let me go to my stamp storage. Okay, so I bought this little cubby, if you will, container, slots, I'm not sure. And what I did was I have my stamps here, my dies here. You can see it kind of, hopefully that was not completely out of frame. I have them in these little folders and then I've labeled them. And then I just kind of position them and according to what I'm doing. So I have the stamps, I have the dies, and then what I've been doing, this is just more for nostalgic purposes, but I bought these little covers for the cards. So I have been making duplicates of my cards and saving them for myself just to kind of, I guess, save the journey that I'm on and have a visual journey of where I've come through with card making. So I've just been keeping some of the cards that I've made, well, all of the cards that I've made, just so that, you know, I can pull these out maybe a year from now and see how much I've grown with card making. So it was just something that was kind of important to me to document, and I've been having fun with it. This is one of my favorites that I did. I really like this. It's so fun. Okay, and then in the back, what I have is I have my pre-done panels. So what I did is after I bought my cardstock, I trimmed them all down to the A2 size of 5.5. Is it 4 1/4 by 5.5? Yes, 5.5 by 4 1/4. And I have those all pre-trimmed and ready. That way, when I'm ready to make a card, I have it all set to go. And it makes it so much easier when you don't have to prep everything. When you're inspired, you can just get right into it. You don't have to get all of this. Well, you still have to get all the supplies, but you at least have your base card ready to go, right? And then in the back, I just have these little pockets. So I'll try to go back. I probably won't get to it until tomorrow, but I'll try to go back in and get these all squared away in the description box below if I can. If not, I'll try to do it in the next stamping video I do. But I have a ton of dies and stamps to the side. So this is kind of my storage for the things I've used so far. That way I can kind of see what I've done so far and see what I still need to work with. So I need to probably get one more of these, I'm thinking, and then I'll be all set. So hopefully that kind of helped give you an idea of what I'm doing. But I think I need to get another one just for the pre-trimmed panels, and then do one maybe just for stamps and one for dies. So I might take that container that I bought and then just times it by 3, if that makes sense. Okay. Yes, Susan, I'm having the same problem with stamps and dies. I need to stop buying them, but it's really fun. The tutorial on the clippies, you can probably just search faux leather snap clips on my channel and they should be there. So there's a search button on my channel and you should be able to find it there. Okay. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I'm so thirsty. I have the Spellbinders Platinum 6 for embossing machines. I just got a question on that. And let's see. Oh, so my embroidery machine is the Baby Lock Alliance, which is, I think it's pretty much the same as your Brother Persona. So yeah, it's like the duplicate machine, and then or not duplicate machine, but it's like the Baby Lock version of the Brother Persona. And then, so we essentially have pretty much the same machine. And then I have the I think it's 8x9 technically, Mighty Hoop. I love it. I love it so much. It's my favorite hoop. And I just use it for everything, honestly. I will waste stabilizer just so I can use a bigger hoop, even when I have a smaller project. I know that sounds awful and wasteful, but it's the truth. It's just so good. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody for joining me. I am humbled by the fact that people are interested in what I'm doing. I started this channel as something for myself, as a way to build in time for myself. Again, at the beginning of this live stream, I was telling you how I feel like God had his hand in the timing of me starting my channel, because little did I know that 3 months after I started my channel that we would all be in a pandemic. And it was a, very interesting story that we've all lived through for the past couple years. And I feel very grateful that I was able to have a space for myself to build in some me time, but also to be able to have connection to other people and meet some new people through YouTube. It's been really fun. I've enjoyed every second of it, and I enjoy making these videos so much. I'm glad that you're loving them. Again, Cricut videos won't be going away, but I love trying new things. So I appreciate the grace and patience as I try new things and bring them to the channel, because I love to learn. I love to do new things. And in the meantime, you may find that you might love to learn the new things that I'm learning too. So I've kind of transitioned my channel from strict tutorial to more of what I'm working on and what is going on in my craft room. So it kind of started out as, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And I found that I have done a tutorial on a lot of things. And after a while, I've done a tutorial on iron-on 100 times, and I've done a tutorial on vinyl 100 times. And after a while, I just kind of feel like it's nice to take a step back and just work on what I want to work on, and it's been fun. So I like that it's transitioning into a channel that is just keeping you up to date on what's happening in my craft room and what is on my craft table. So it's been really fun. Let's see. Can you show how you store your card making markers? Yes, I can. Okay, so I have 2 different sets. I have the pastel collection here, and one thing I want to say about these is that they come in 2 different types of tips. So the set that I prefer has a brush tip. So there's a brush. And then on the opposite side, there is the fine tip. Is it called fine? Yes, the fine tip. Now, I say this because be sure you note that when you're buying markers, what tips you're buying, because there are types that have the brush tip and then a chisel tip. And the chisel is like a highlighter tip, right? It's got that angled tip, and some people may love it. For me, I don't find that I have a need for it at all. I definitely have a need for the fine tip, because a lot of the stamps that I'm doing I can bring out some stamps, but they're also small, so the fine tip is necessary and the brush tip is perfect for blending. Then I have the other collection. I got this for my birthday. I asked my hubby to get this for me. I really wanted it. I think at the time I thought I was crazy, like, why would I need that? This is my favorite. Between the two, I love the pastel collection, but I really love this. So I got this collection as well. And if you go to my last card making tutorial or any of my card making tutorials, you'll find links to these markers down there in those description boxes. But then I got this bin. It's been really helpful, and I just have it kind of grouped by color. Another thing with these markers is make sure they do come with a little color swatch. Make sure you actually take the time to do this. I know this sounds silly, but put Gilmore Girls on or whatever your favorite show is, because this is a game changer. I feel like the caps are a little misleading on the color, because sometimes you'll see something that says baby blue or something, and then you color it out and you're like, that is not baby blue to me at all. So I found that these provided two big takeaways for me. First of all, it helped me learn how to blend or practice my blending. And also, I now use these for color selection. So when I go and try to find the markers I'm going to use, I don't look at the caps because that was just throwing me off way too much. But instead, I look at the swatches, because this is the actual, I did this. So this is not pre-printed. This is actual swatches of the actual markers, which I thought was super helpful. Okay, the chat went a little fast real quick. So let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Thank you for all the sweet comments. That's so nice. Let's see. And the Cricut Joy, is it worth it for the labels and everything, even with a maker? I would say if you have the maker, you're probably all set. When the Cricut Joy is super helpful is for the longer cutting, but even now, the new maker machine and the new Explore machine, they have those longer cutting capabilities. So I find that the Cricut Joy was super helpful in that it did those longer cuts, but now the bigger machines are doing that. Another thing that I grab my Cricut Joy for is if I'm, and I don't craft on the go because I'm a homebody. I don't really go anywhere with my crafting machines, but I do craft sometimes upstairs, very rarely. I mean, like once every 6 months, and it's usually because I have to label stuff for school or something like that. But I do like it in terms that it's very mobile. Not to say that I haven't grabbed my Cricut Maker or Cricut Explore and lugged it up the stairs to use it, but I do find that grabbing the little Cricut Joy is super easy to take around if you need it, if you are someone who likes to craft on the go. So, okay, I think we are about done. If you find that you have any other questions, just let me know. But I've had so much fun. Now is that awkward part in the live where I have to figure out how to stop it. But I figure it out every time. It's just always a little like, bye, see ya, I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you so much. This has been fun. Usually I'm just down here crafting by myself and talking to myself and talking to a camera, which you eventually see when I post the video, but not often is it that I get to actually interact with you, and that's really special to me. And the fact that you took time out of your day, even when not on live, but you take time out of your day to watch my videos and comment nice things on them, I really, really appreciate that. So thank you for being here. Thank you so much for all that you bring to my channel as well, through encouraging notes and just being the sweet people that you are as well. I've really had fun on this journey so far, and I'm excited for the next milestone. So this has been fun. I hope you've enjoyed this live. I am definitely going to clean up my space. I might just go to bed though and come back down and do this tomorrow. We'll see, but I'm really happy you're here and I've had so much fun. So I will see you guys in the next video. I am still going to be probably doing only Saturdays throughout the summer. It's just the season I'm in, but I'm trying to slow down a little bit, but also make sure that the videos that I do post are super, super good for you. So I hope you've had fun, and I will see you guys all in the next video, and thanks so much for being here. Okay, I'm going to end it and wish me luck. All right, see you guys all later.